If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
My family earns respect.
My family clears bases.
My family breaks records.
My family wins MVPs.
My family gives everything.
My family makes history. My family wins championships.
There's no family.
There's no family. There's no family.
There's no family like my family.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
When Alaska Airlines needed a partner for the complex operations of travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile. Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered, from major hubs to remote destinations. With 5G coverage ready now for the demands of today and the future, T-Mobile's network powers Alaska Airlines as they deliver next-level care for all customers. 5G ready now. That's how unconventional thinking is better for business.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not gonna have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Live from Lowell Park in Cotuit, Massachusetts, we welcome you for Game 3 of the Western Conference semifinals here between the Hyannis Harbor Hawks and the Cotuit Kettleers. It's win or go home. Austin Nakuda, Zach Berman, and Drake Toll here with you for this highly anticipated Game 3 where the Harbor Hawks had momentum, Drake, after Game 1 here at Lowell Park. They go home last night for Game 2, come up empty-handed with the series tied at 1 apiece. The Hawks are looking to bounce back and keep their season alive tonight.
Yeah, we saw the inverse last night of what we saw in Game 1. It was 9-1 last night, 9-4 the night before. So two blowouts where each team has seen the highest highs and the lowest lows. Going into Game 3, what does that give you a recipe for? Who has any earthly idea? Anything could happen today with Jake Berry on the mound for the Harbor Hawks. We've seen him be really good. We've seen the lows like he had against YD in his last start. So it's kind of a coin flip with what you get in today's ball game, which means it's got to be a classic.
It should be, and these are two division rivals here in the Battle of Barnstable-Cotuit versus Hyannis and Zach. As Drake mentioned, Jake Berry, the left-hander from Virginia at 6'10", takes the ball tonight, and he has been nothing short of good all season long for the Harbor Hawks.
I like the matchup. Jake Berry throws a lot more breaking stuff than Cotuit. Than Cotuit likes. Cotuit feasts off of fastballs. We saw that yesterday with Magdale Cotto. It's an interesting matchup because with two division rivals, these teams have seen each other 8 times combined, regular season and playoffs. Neither team has seen the opposing team's starting pitcher all season. We don't know what we're going to get from either side.
It could be a mystery. 9-4 the final here in Game 1 as the Hawks took the win. Game 2, 9-1. Cotuit leads it. One of the big reasons the Hawks have had success all season long and are in the position they're in is Mazdak Darvari, the Assistant Director of Baseball Operations for the Harbor Hawks, and Bria Losick caught up with him pregame.
Back at Lowell Park for Game 3 between Cotuit and Hyannis. I'm here alongside Hyannis' Director of Baseball Operations, Mazdak Darvari. Mazdak, it's a do-or-die situation tonight for Hyannis after they lost to Cotuit at home last night, 9-1. What do the Harbor Hawks need to improve on today to get the dub?
Just got to score more runs than them today. We did it game 1, we didn't yesterday, and we're going to try and do that today.
And today will probably be more of a bullpen-heavy day. Pitchers will be on a shorter leash. Who are some of those guys coming out of the bullpen that you have confidence in?
Yeah, it's a game 3. Everyone's hands on deck, and I have confidence in anyone with a Hyannis uniform on.
You've put a lot of time and effort organizing and putting together this team, and now it's finally coming to fruition here at the playoffs. First time that the Harbor Hawks have been here since 2018. What's it feel like, and how are the nerves today?
Feels good, no nerves. I mean, I can't really impact the game at all, so I'm pretty cool. I'm sure they'll pick up as the game goes on, but yeah, I'm excited to get this game going, and hopefully we can get another game at McKeon Park.
All right, thank you so much, Mazdak. I'm Bria Losick, Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Thank you very much, Bria and Mazdak, as we welcome you back into the broadcast center here in Cotuit. Now, Drake, one of the biggest keys of success for the Harbor Hawks all season long has been the new guys. Drew Earhart, Jackson Ross, people who have joined the team late but still been able to keep up the production level, and that is a credit to Mazdak Darvari, Nick Johnson, and Zach Chase, the front office, on their advanced scouting and planning.
Well, holy Mike Sirota, right? You pointed that guy first. You talk about Jackson Ross, you talk about Drew Earhart. Mitch Jett was one of those guys earlier this season, too. The toughest adjustments come after the season starts, and that is where these guys have absolutely shined.
Yeah, and a big reason that these guys have been able to shine is due to the position that they've been put in by manager Eric Beatty, who has been named the Cape Cod Baseball League Manager of the Year. Let's take a look at the Dugout Show and what Coach Beatty had to say before today's Game 3. Hello and welcome to today's Dugout Show ahead of Game 3 between the Hawks and the Cotuit Kettleers. Austin Nakuda alongside manager Eric Beatty. And Coach, before yesterday's game, Game 2, it was announced that you're the Manager of the Year in the Cape Cod Baseball League. What does that honor mean to you?
Yeah, that should be a whole team and coaches award. I think our team, made me look good at times, and we definitely have an awesome coaching staff. So I was honored to be here and be a manager here, and definitely honored to get that award for sure.
Yeah, it's an incredible accomplishment for you and the coaches. And now, with that under your belt and Game 3 ahead, what's the message to the team ahead of this do-or-die game?
The message is very similar to what it's been all year, and that is come out here, play good baseball, play really hard, play loose, and enjoy it for what it is, which is a game that we want to win.
Yeah, and yesterday, part of keeping Cotuit at bay towards the end was Austin Amaral. He gave you guys a couple of scoreless innings in the end. How big was it for Austin to give those 2 innings to kind of allow the bullpen to be rested for today?
Yeah, that was good. Austin's really worked the last week or so on kind of making some different pitches, do different things, and it was good feedback for him to go out and get some weak contact and show that work is paying off.
And finally tonight, you sent left-hander Jake Berry to the mound from Virginia. He's been very good all season long, 3-0 with a 2.66 ERA. What have you liked from Berry this year, and what do you expect from him tonight?
Jake's a complete pitcher. His stuff is good, but his command of that stuff and his plan is way above average, and he does a good job of changing his speeds, changing his locations, and pitching with a plan.
Well, Jake Berry will be taking the mound in just a few moments. Coach, thank you for joining us as always on the Dugout Show, and let's send it back to the booth.
Tastes like a Coke.
We nailed it!
Coke Zero Sugar. Have they nailed it?
Sounds like they really nailed it, huh?
Nailed it.
And that's when you said... So it really tastes like a Coke.
Yeah, that's the point.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, you need a partner, not just an agent. For over 50 years, Gibson Sotheby's International Realty has set the standard in excellence and performance. A seasoned team that has thrived throughout all markets. Our agents live and work in your neighborhood and understand you. We are over 170 agents strong, backed by an in-house marketing team and global reach that is second to none.
From studios to penthouses, purchasing to renting, our team provides unparalleled real estate services.
Thank you, as always, to Coach Eric Beatty, your Cape Cod Baseball League Manager of the Year, for joining us in the Dugout Show. And welcome back. The national anthem is complete here at Lowell Park, and we are just moments away from first pitch. So let's start it off by taking a look at the Hyannis Harbor Hawks starting lineup tonight and who Eric Beatty will be sending to the dish to oppose the right-hander Daniel Brooks. Leading off tonight for the Hawks will be Riku Nishida, the second baseman, followed by Mitch Jebb, the designated hitter. Batting third, Cole McConnell, the center fielder. Jackson Ross is in the cleanup spot. He's had quite the start to his career, a .625 on-base percentage. Drew Earhart batting fifth, playing third base today. Pancho Ruiz, the catcher, making his third consecutive start behind the dish and batting sixth. Don Patelli, the shortstop, in the seventh spot, followed by Nolan Shonowell, the first baseman, who's batting eighth. Last time the Hawks were here at Cotuit, Shonowell blasted a home run to right field. Mike Sirota, the right fielder, batting ninth. As the defense tonight for the Cotuit Kettleers will be Ryan Delaney at third, Tommy Troy at short, Trotter Harland at second, Ryan Ignafo at first. Caleb Lomavita does the catching. Your outfield left to right, Eddie Park, Enrique Bradfield, and Josh Pearson. And I had mentioned the right-hander, Daniel Brooks, on the mound tonight. Zach, what do we expect from him?
Well, Brooks has been quite good this season, and an ERA of 3.13, 23 innings pitched, 9 games, 5 starts, 25 strikeouts to 15 walks. He did get shelled in his last game, though, on July 30th, a 6-2 loss at the hands of the Wareham Gatemen. He only went 3 2/3, 3 earned runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. But this is the first time that the Harbor Hawks have seen him all season.
And the Hawks are not coming off their hottest offensive performance last night, Drake told. They only had 1 run across. They had a couple situations with the bases loaded, but just the 1 run, nonetheless, is not going to win you many playoff games.
Yeah, that is a great way to put it. 1 run is certainly not enough, especially this juncture of the season where guys are hitting the ball so well. So Cotuit last night, 9 runs on 16 hits. For Hyannis, just 1 run on 6 hits. The offense has got to get going, and they got to get going early. Hyannis needs to jump out ahead in the first or second inning to be able to win this game. I think that is my biggest key today. Hyannis scores first.
So leading it off for the Hawks will be Riku Nishida, the speedy second baseman who was named the 10th Man of the Year award in the Cape Cod Baseball League. It's somebody who exemplifies a persona on and off the field that is kind, gentle, and somebody who is respected by teammates and coaches alike.
Yeah.
So Nishida.
He's that guy.
All around incredible character to watch on the field and off the field as Riku stands in from the left-handed batter's box with the right-hander Brooks on the mound.
He's just been a joy to cover. That's just been it's really what it boils down to. One of the most fun players, as a sports broadcaster, I've ever had the honor of calling.
The first pitch is dropped in for a called strike, 0-1, as Brooks gets ahead. Now Nishida on the year, during the regular season, hit .291 with 28 stolen bases. That's part of the reason he was named a Cape Cod Baseball League All-Star. The second pitch of the night is a ball high above the eyes. Count will even up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, looking at Brooks across the way, that 3.13 ERA comes through 23 innings pitched, but he's walked 15 guys. If you can get his control out of whack like you did to Ben Johnson a couple of days ago, you're in a great spot.
Riku watches 1 miss just a bit outside, maybe low, and the count moves to 1.
Yeah, Riku ahead here, and that's where he likes to play. He's a guy that has maybe the second best plate discipline on the team, if not the best, compared to Nolan Shonowell, and it pays dividends having him in the 1 hole.
So far in 2 postseason games, Riku's batted leadoff. Now his 3rd straight appearance in that spot as he takes ball 3.
That's a heck of a take.
Yeah, I mean, and getting the first guy on via walk would be massive for the Harbor Hawks. But Brooks is coming right back with the fastball here, and I'm willing to bet Hyannis probably goes to the red light.
That's what Riku does so often. He waits for one that's dead middle, as he does take one dead middle for a called strike. And although the scoreboard moved it to 4-1, it is in fact 3-2 as the count moves to full.
I like the scoreboard's thoughts there, though. They try to give Riku a walk.
So at the least, Riku has made Brooks throw 6 pitches out of the gate in this at-bat.
Yep.
We'll see what he can do with the full count. Here's the windup in the pitch. Nishida slaps it foul, stays alive.
That's a great breaking ball at 84 miles an hour on the curve from Daniel Brooks. And Riku Nishida with a really late swing, just able to tap it foul. Masterful performance at the plate. You'll also see the lines are uneven today, so that's going to throw both of these teams off. Home plate is right on the left-handed batter's box. Nishida having to deal with that.
Here's the windup and the full count pitch. Inside, ball 4. Riku Nishida draws a 7-pitch walk to start off the ballgame.
Even better than Riku Nishida drawing that walk, listen to the crowd. The Harbor Hawk fans are here in full force. It's not as big of a crowd as we necessarily expected today, especially for a Saturday, but the Hyannis fans, they showed up and they're already loud.
Hey, last night I went to the intern group me and I said, I need everybody that works for this team, represents this team in any way, shape, or form, get to Lowell Park and be loud. And it seems like so far they've heeded my ass.
They answered the call, yeah.
Yeah, they answered the call.
That'll bring up Mitch Jebb, who's in the 2-hole today and DHing. He'll take a first pitch inside as Brooks is having some trouble finding that inside part of the plate.
Tight strike zone today.
See it again, the lefties. Look, where the batter's box starts is right where the plate ends. On the right side, for the righties, you got about a 3-inch gap there. So there's an adjustment early. Jebb wants to play up in the box, but he's right on top of the plate. It's going to make things tough for both teams.
The 1-0. Jebb hard hit ball through the right side for a base hit. Nishida had to freeze as it almost hit him. So the first two Hawks are aboard with nobody out.
So you got Cole McConnell coming to the dish right here. Cole's got a lot of great power. The wind's blowing out, but not at a rapid pace. Is it a scenario in which, I don't think we've seen Cole McConnell bunt once this season, but again, scoring that first run is going to be huge. What do you do here strategically with Cole?
That's a great question. He is hitting .333 in these playoffs, 3 for 9. So
that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
We'll see. We also have the two fastest guys on the team and maybe in the league on the base pass. Nishida finished the year 28 stolen bases. He's on second. Mitch Jebb on first finished the year with 26 stolen bases.
Yeah, no double steal, though, against Caleb Lomavita.
First pitch is sailed to the backstop. Nishida will advance to third. Jebb moves up to second, and the Hawks have a pair in scoring position.
Well, who needs a double steal?
Control issues. That's what we talked about pregame. Mazdak Gavari said it. If you can get Brooks into a scenario where he feels rattled, that's a great way to come after him early because he struggles to put that ball in the zone. Leadoff walk, single Mitch Jebb, and that one sailed way over everybody.
Now, often we talk about how here the passed ball would bring home a run, but with Caleb Lomavita behind the plate, guys.
That guy's insane.
Caleb Lomavita may just be the best catcher in this league.
Yep.
Offensively and defensively, he's a difference maker. The 1-0 to McConnell misses high and out. It's 2 balls, no strikes.
McConnell's got to make him throw something in the zone. If it's not right down the pipe, if I'm Cole McConnell, I wait it out. You got to wait until you get that pitch you like right here.
The intensity high for today's Game 3. If you're just joining us, Hawks second and third, nobody out, top of the first inning. It's win or go home. McConnell takes a call strike, and Brooks is on the board.
Yeah, I don't think Riku Nishida is going to be stealing home plate today, especially with Caleb Lomavita behind the dish, and even with Brooks on the bump. You're not going to catch the Cotuit Kettleers off guard twice.
2-1 the count to the LA Tech Bulldog. Here comes the pitch from the righty. McConnell skies it pretty well deep to center field. Bradfield's tracking back. He'll camp out under it. Should be deep enough to tag Nishida. He'll come home without much trouble. Jebb advances to third, and a sac fly by Cole McConnell puts the Hawks on the board.
I miss being able to say this. Hey, Austin, what is the most underrated play in baseball?
That would be the sacrifice fly.
What was that?
A sacrifice fly.
A sacrifice fly. Really great stuff from the Harbor Hawks, and still with only one out, you got a scenario with Jackson Ross where you could do it all over again and double the lead.
The Cotuit infield will come in as Jackson Ross, one of the newest members of the Harbor Hawk team, will come up to the plate. Just a brief stint at the end of the season, and now in the postseason, he's 3 for 7 at the dish to a quick start with 1 walk on the line. Ross does have a run batted in this postseason. He has a chance to do it again. Called strike, 0-1 as Brooks finds his own.
By the way, your umpiring crew today behind the plate, Joe Caraco, Rick Emerson at first, Mark Furtado at second, and Rick Antonio at third.
4 umpires here in the playoffs, usually 3 in the regular season. Ross skies it foul. It's going to drift off behind us into the woods, and the count moves to 0-2 to the FAU outfielder.
Yeah, also the first righty in the lineup for the Harbor Hawks. So the first 3 guys bat from the left side. Now you get your 4-hole hitter, Jackson Ross, coming from the right. See how Brooks adjusts there. I mean, you see his pitch splits are pretty drastically different between both the left side and the right side.
He's ahead on the right-hander, 0-2. We'll see where Brooks goes. He comes set. Jebb off of third. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball, just misses, maybe a bit high, and the count pushes to 1-2.
Another great take. Great take. Pitch was definitely a ball. Good call there by home plate blue, but that's a pitch that very easily right around numbers high. You can swing at. A lot of guys will, especially on the fastball. Ross holding up there.
Now the count 1-2. Brooks will do it again. Ross grounds it foul and spoiled a good breaking ball.
Great piece of hitting. That is a 2-strike foul ball. He chokes up on the bat. You get a breaking ball that at the last second you come back out, and by last second I mean he was way ahead of that pitch, but you come out, you notice it early, you get a piece of it, and right here it's all about hitting something hard and trying to get Mitch Jebb home 90 feet away.
Here's the 1-2 once more. Outside and high, the count will even up.
Well, Brooks, too, 66% fastball pitcher, to righties, throws the changeup 28% of the time, and that is about it. He's pretty much just fastball changeup against guys like Jackson Ross, and we've seen a lot of fastballs. When does he go to the changeup here?
Well, Mavita gives him the signs. Here's the 2-2. It is the changeup, and it's fouled off as Ross spoils another.
That's a great pitch there by Brooks.
Yeah.
I don't know how Ross got anything on that. That was borderline in the dirt. That had so much break on it. And, yeah, a lot of guys, you're going to see that tonight. They might swing over that. Ross going down just barely able to get enough on it to keep this bat alive.
Yeah.
Jeb still on third. Infield still in for the Kettleers. The 2-2. Ross fouls it off again. Jackson Ross is not going down without making Brooks work.
Boy, you want to talk about pitch count early. That was the 11th strike that Brooks has thrown to 9 balls. 20 pitches so far through just 1 out here in the first inning. The Harbor Hawks are making the starter work, and Cotuit's bullpen is, granted, they have Cam Schulke out there, not what they want it to be because they played so many days in a row.
Here comes the 8th pitch to Ross. This time, Brooks gets him on the fastball. Ross comes up empty in a good battle. It's the second out for the Hawks, and it'll bring Drew Earhart to the ditch.
Still a really good at bat there by Jackson Ross. And right now, you want to get that second run home? Absolutely. But working pitch counts, you want to make Mike Roberts dig into that bullpen that, yeah, they have Schulke and Bruno both rested, but other than that, bullpen's pretty thin.
That brings up Drew Earhart, 3 for 8 in this playoffs with 2 runs batted in. Last time the Hawks were here in Game 1, he blasted a 2-run home run to left. First pitch misses for a ball to the Tampa infielder. Brooks will come set. Mitch Jeb again still off at third with 2 down now. The 1-0. Earhart thought about swinging, held up, and watched it go by, 2-0.
These Harbor Hawks have a really, really, really keen eye so far on what's in the zone, what isn't. Even on that strikeout there by Ross, he didn't chase any pitches.
That was a scouting report today. Don't chase.
Earhart swings and hits that one well to left field. Turning and running back is parked. He's at the wall, and it's gone! Drew Earhart, a 2-run bomb, and Hyannis takes the 3-0 lead.
That's your strategy right there. Make him throw you strikes. He threw that one right over the heart of the plate. Drew Earhart, what a pickup he has been. Did not make a mistake on that. Right over the fence, and the Hawks, how about this?
I got chills. I got chills. Full body right there. Full body. The team came out of the dugout, and it is business today. The fans are going nuts, but this team is unfazed after that home run. These guys are on a business trip, and Mike Roberts is on a trip out to the mound.
In 2 games this season at Lowell Park, Drew Earhart has 2 home runs, 4 runs driven in, and his latest has had the Hawks storm ahead 3-0.
Drew Earhart did not crack a smile as he crossed home plate. I'm pretty good at reading lips. All I saw, let's go, let's go, let's go. This team is fired up, but they don't look nervous. Right now, I think the best way you could describe it, dialed in. These guys mean business here in this top of the first inning.
They got shelled yesterday 9-1.
How do you respond?
Yeah, you come back to the first inning here. And not only that, but the strategy, again, is to take. And it's a 2-0 count. Your skip is telling you this guy's got control issues. Watch as many pitches as possible. Drew Earhart unloads, and now Mike Roberts has been on the mound here for a good part of a minute and a half, and so the umpire will have to come out and talk to him.
So that'll end the mound visit. Brooks will remain in the ball game, and guys, that was a 2-out home run. The Hawks all season long have struggled to bring runs home with 2 down. Not tonight.
They struggled to hit home runs in general.
Yeah.
Hey, 2-out rally in the early stages of a playoff game. Where have I seen? Oh, the Harbor Hawks have taken Cotuit's script from yesterday and run with it the same way that Cotuit took Hyannis' script from game 1 and turned it on its head.
That brings up Poncho Ruiz, the catcher from San Diego State. He'll take a strike, 0-1. Now Ruiz in his 3rd consecutive start. Don't see that too often here in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
What if I told you, too, that Cotuit, with 2 outs in the top of the first, already has serious action going in the bullpen?
Ruiz takes a breaking ball in the zone. Count moves to 0-2, and that they do. There's a right-hander standing and throwing out in the left field bullpen for the Kettleers.
You have no choice. This is a playoff game. If you don't, you risk going home. You need to have all hands on deck.
That misses outside. A fastball at 91. Couldn't find the plate. Brooks, though, battling back. They're looking to get a couple innings out of him at the least.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can respond. The 1-2 to Ruiz. Inside, it's called a ball. The count evens up at 2-2.
Brooks is at 38 pitches for 2 outs.
He said 28. 28 pitches.
28,
yeah. I see where you're going. I like it, though. I like
That's
it.
a
28
It made him work in the first.
They did.
Here's the 2-2 to Ruiz. Breaking ball misses high above the letters. The count moves to full.
Zach, what I think you meant was he's on pace for 38 pitches at the end of this at-bat.
Make him throw you strikes.
With the full count on its way from Brooks. Poncho, he skies that one to left center field. It's dropping quickly. Parks on the run, and he dives. He won't get there. Ruiz with a 2-out single on the 6th pitch of the at-bat, and it extends the inning even further.
That is the most climactic single that I've seen. That's a ball that's a pretty easy fly ball for an outfielder if the wind is doing anything, but it just died down for the span of about a minute and a half, and that ball died immediately in the air. And Poncho saved it first.
You might not find an outfield with better range than Park and left and Bradfield in center, so that one was just placed perfectly.
Really speedy guys here. I like what's happening.
2 down. Ruiz on first. Dom Patelli at the dish for the first time tonight. Takes a called strike. 0-1 to the Miami shortstop Patelli. A little bit of a slow start to the postseason. 1 for 9, but he has certainly done it with the glove for the Hawks.
Yeah, other than that weird hop that he took yesterday, he's been great.
The 0-1 from Brooks to Patelli. It's a fastball that misses high and outside as the count evens up.
Well, you'll remember, too, Jake Berry's last start against YD, the Harbor Hawks put a 6 spot up in the first inning and then quickly gave up 5 runs in the next couple of innings. So no lead is safe here. You want to score as much as possible.
The 1-1. Patelli checks his swing. He does make contact as it goes foul, and the count will move to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Okay, now we're sitting at 32 pitches for Brooks. The Harbor Hawks just keep working that count. You don't even necessarily have to put up more than 3 here, but just really make Mike Roberts dig as far into that bullpen that he has to.
The right-hander Brooks comes set the 1-2 to the lefty Patelli. He sent it into the parking lot, and the count will hold where it is.
Speaking of the parking lot, I heard that somebody's car got hit by a foul ball yesterday right on the windshield.
Yeah, that'd be me. Of course, I didn't have my own car. It was my dad's car.
Safe flight repair, safe flight replace.
They'll be seeing that on Monday.
Yep.
Here comes the 1-2 to Dom. In the dirt, nice block by Lomavita, and that is where Caleb Lomavita will come up big for the Kettleers. All around, maybe the best defensive and offensive catcher in the entire league. Saves the ball from going to the backstop.
Yep. Yeah, I'd say definitely a top 2-3 round pick next season.
Yeah, if he's eligible.
If he's
eligible. Was just a freshman.
When he is eligible.
Yeah.
The 2-2 to Patelli. Breaking ball misses high. And now back-to-back batters. He's gotten ahead with 2 strikes and now worked it full.
Yep. Dom Patelli, great eye there. Again, take was the name of the game today, and it's worked out so far for the Harbor Hawks. Only swing at something you are for sure is in the zone.
Brooks comes set, the full count pitch. Ruiz is off. It's a ball. Outside ball 4. Dom Patelli works the walk, and the Hawks' 2-out magic will at least last for another batter.
Merry Christmas in August, everyone. That pitch looked really good, and you can see Mike Roberts is asking where it missed, and I think that looked pretty solid, and instead will warrant a pitching change, and Cam Schulke is in the bullpen.
So the Hyannis Harbor Hawks have come into Lowell Park and chased the Cotuit starter out in the first inning. 3 runs on 3 hits with 2 men still on and 2 down. Top of the first inning, plenty of baseball left, and the Hawks are still threatening when we return on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Gannon's Tavern is the home of incredible wings, handcrafted cocktails, ice-cold beer, and Keno. Their innovative tavern menu features seafood, great sandwiches, steaks grilled to perfection, and stunning specialty dishes. There's no better place to watch your favorite New England pro football team than Gannon's Tavern, in their large bar or outside on their covered deck, complete with TV and sound. Gannon's Tavern, 959 Burses Way, Hyannis. Like them on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, soon at Gannon's Tavern.
With Hood Milk, you can trust your family is getting high-quality milk in every nutritious and delicious drop. It begins here on farms that Hood selects, with farmers who uphold the highest standards and who pledge to never use artificial growth hormones. And you'll see that care continue right to your home with our Light Block bottle, which protects the fresh taste of your milk. At Hood, we never stop caring about our milk because you never stop caring about your family. Always good, always Hood.
Hey, Mama, what's up?
Did you switch my service from Verizon to T-Mobile? Yep.
T-Mobile has the only nationwide 5G.
Well, Mr. Know-It-All, let's see if you right about that.
Mama. Hey, Mama, I'm working.
It works at the pie shop.
T-Mobile's 5G works inside and out. Hey, what you need, Mama? I'm trying to watch the game with my boys.
It works in the park.
Oh, okay. Mama?
It works at the aquarium, in the parking garage, at the beach, in the elevator. It works in the movie theater, too. Oh, shush yourself. I'm talking to my baby.
You're driving me crazy.
I was just calling you to say thank you, baby. I love you.
I love you too, Mama. Yes, Mama.
It works in the kitchen.
Tell Mama.
Mama?
5G, it works in the cloud.
Who are you on a club with?
All about it. Tell Mama.
Welcome back to Lowell Park in Cotuit, Massachusetts. The Hawks will have to face a new pitcher in Cam Schulke after they've chased the starter out of the game already.
Yes, you'll get Cam Schulke here, former Harbor Hawk, but you saw, too, Mike Roberts a little upset about the strike zone here early, and the home plate umpire, really good job between that inning of just asserting and saying, hey, you know, in a respectful way, that I have control of this game, and I love to see that in the playoffs. These umpiring crews have been so solid, and I like it. The guy not backing down here at Lowell Park, and you're going to see a game that's called fair both ways, and now you see Cam Schulke, who's kind of the opposite of Dylan Brooks. He pounds Daniel Brooks. Dylan Brooks played basketball. Daniel Brooks, because Schulke's going to pound the strike zone, but do it from the lowest arm slot possible.
That brings up Nolan Shonowell, first and second, 2 down, still the top of the first inning. Schulke, the side armor, fires a first pitch that misses below the knees for ball 1.
You want to talk about a guy that's going to make you throw strikes? Nolan Shonowell, likely the best plate discipline in this Harbor Hawk team. And unless he really likes it, he's not going to go after it.
Yeah.
24 walks to 24 strikeouts in the regular season for Shonowell. He'll take a called strike, 70 miles an hour.
Is that
by
the fastball?
I think the fastball reaches 83, and maybe the changeup or the breaking ball. Tough to tell from Schulke's arm angle what exactly is coming out of the hand. Ruiz on second, Patelli on first, and here comes the 1-1 to Shonowell. High bouncer down the right field side, foul.
Well, I don't think Cam Schulke was prepared to come into the ball game with 2 guys on and only 2 down here in the first inning.
And he was the reliever of the year in
the
league, and somebody who was locking down games for Cotuit. But in a winner-go-home scenario, you got to bring your best when you need them. And here comes Schulke in a big spot.
Remember when Mitch Jebb homered off of Cam Schulke? That was cool.
Uh-oh.
The 1-2 to Shonowell. Outside, ball 2. The count evens up.
Another good take by Shonowell. What else is new?
So 2-2, 2 on, 3 home in the inning for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, who have stormed in tonight into Game 3 and made the Cotuit pitching work. The 2-2 to Shonowell. Takes outside, not close enough. Right-handed batter's box, and the count moves to full.
Yeah, Hyannis is a walk away from batting all the way around. Mike Sirota coming up the dish. Or at least seeing all 9 guys at the plate here.
Full count, 2 down. Both runners will be off on the pitch. Here comes the full count. Shonowell hammers it to right field. Backing up on it is Pearson. He's near the wall, and it's over his head. Did he make the catch?
It's gone.
It's gone. It went
gone.
over the wall.
It's gone.
Shonowell snuck it over Pearson's head and the wall.
It's gone.
Shonowell, a 3-run home run.
Cam Schulke has allowed 2 home runs this season. The first in his first appearance against Hyannis against the first batter he saw. The second in his second appearance against Hyannis and the first batter he saw.
That's unbelievable.
That ball went over the fence.
That is, again, you saw the Poncho Ruiz ball died immediately. That ball caught what little jet stream there is today with no wind and got up and out.
So the Hawks now lead it 6-0. And their 9-hitter, Mike Sirota, comes up to the plate. Shonowell with a 3-run home run.
I'm having a good time.
Shonowell likes the low pit. He likes the low breaking ball. That's his bread and butter. That's where he hit it out in Game 1. And he got a low breaking ball he liked, and that wasn't as much of a baseball swing as that was a golf swing. Shonowell looked like he was back home in Boca Raton, golfing that one out at the driving range. And
the 1-1 to Sirota, he fouls it back off the fence, and Sirota, the Northeastern star, has a 1-2 count.
Excellent piece of hitting.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to start today's game.
Man, that ball was so tough to see from here.
I thought it was off the wall.
That's what it looked like.
And the umpire signal gone.
Pearson ran into the wall. It was impossible to see. Here comes the 1-2. Quick pitch, Sirota sends it to center field. This one will stay in the yard as Bradfield moves over to right center and makes the catch to put an end to a 6-run top of the first inning. The guys in blue are having a good time.
The Harbor Hawks, 6 base runners, 6 runs, strand none. That's a good recipe.
Bottom of the first inning coming your way as the boys in blue have a 6-0 lead.
We all have obstacles, challenges at different points in life. I still push myself every single day, and the harder I push myself, the more I find myself drawn to wearing UFOs. The first time I put on a pair of UFOs, it was like someone released the pressure. It was so crazy. When you are recovered and can do more, that has a compounding effect on all aspects of your life. Stepping into a pair of UFOs, they're truly one of a kind. There's nothing like them.
Best ever? Good question. Wait, why do you sound like Dr. J in your head? I've always sounded like Dr. J in my head, which means Dr. J's outside voice sounds like my inside voice? Which Coke? The doc would know. He got the world to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
Welcome back to what has quickly become all Harbor Hawk
What have you guys
action.
been up to today?
Just enjoying, well, it hasn't been much much into this game. Only 23 minutes played, and the Hawks have a 6-0 lead.
Well, yeah, that's a pretty good way to start. Also, Harrison Myers, our director of broadcast, is sitting out in right field right now and almost caught that ball from Nolan Shonwell. Unbelievable, impeccable stuff. It just snuck over the fence. Just snuck over.
Just made it.
Gives you a 6-run lead, and now Jake Berry comes out. Berry has been lights out majority of this season. I really like the stuff that we've seen from him. In total, 23 2/3 with an ERA of 2.66. The guy has 20 strikeouts to 9 walks in those 23 2/3, and he's got to dial it up here. Because I'm telling you, if Cotuit is able to score 2 right here, I don't feel very good.
It's only the bottom of the first. We got a ways to go.
We can't get too excited yet. You got to start shutting down the Kettleer bats, but you've already put 6 on the board, and now you're going to face Tommy Troy, who please don't throw a fastball.
So Tommy Troy notably destroys the fastball. He has 2 triples in this series, both off of fastballs up in the zone. So the left-hander from Virginia, Jake Berry at 6'10", brings home a first pitch that Troy sends up the middle. 1 pitch, 1 hit, and Cotuit's got their leadoff man aboard.
You'll never guess what he threw him.
A 88-mile-an-hour fastball. And with that, let's take a look at the rest of the Cotuit starting lineup. It's going to be Ryan Ignoffo batting in the 2-hole, followed by Carter Trice, the DH, batting 3rd. Caleb Lomavita, the catcher, in the cleanup hole. Eddie Park, the left fielder, batting 5th, followed by Ryan Delaney, the 3rd baseman. Enrique Bradfield, the center fielder, batting 7th. Trotter Harlan, the 2nd baseman, batting 8th. And batting 9 today is Josh Pearson, the right fielder.
Boy, you'd have thought that Cotuit won the World Series by the fan reaction after that one. They're just trying to piece stuff together one by one here, down 6-0.
Earhart at 3rd, Patelli at short. As that one by Ignoffo is lined to left field. Ross is back on it. He leaps and makes the catch. Jackson Ross is an athlete, and he got out number 1 in his mitt.
Jake Berry gave him a big point right there. Respect to that guy for making a great defensive play. That was a Cole McConnell play over and left, and now you got 1 down, but this Cotuit lineup is so flippin' good. I mean, you're looking at future major leaguer after future major leaguer, and so you don't really get any breaks, especially with not the 3-hole hitter and Carter Trice.
Yeah, Carter Trice, 5 homers, 15 runs driven in during the regular season. In this postseason, he's been just as good at the dish. 571 batting average. That's 4 for his first 7. The left-hander from Virginia brings that one home, and Trice didn't miss it. He got every stitch of that ball. It's high and deep, and it's gone.
Let's play one of those ball games, huh?
Well, apparently today is going to be a slugfest, as Carter Trice has a 2-run home run, and Cotuit's on the board.
Everybody hits today, boys. Everybody hits. That's what happens a lot of times. You get to these game 3s, the series, nothing makes sense, and it's just all offense. And so now with just 1 down, Cotuit has put 2 on the board. And Hyannis, you feel a little of the heat after Carter Trice home run. And again, doesn't get any easier with Caleb Lomavita at the dish.
Been on, what, 3 pitches so far from Jake Berry?
Yeah.
A single,
3 hard-hit balls,
and a 2-run home run. Now you get to Caleb Lomavita, the catcher. He had a tremendous regular season, 316 batting average, was the starter for the West Division in the postseason.
I love this atmosphere too. Don't you? I hate to cut you off right there, but look at this. The Hyannis fans, the Cotuit fans, everybody that came in full force to today's game, you get the rivalry atmosphere in Game 3 of the playoffs. Does it get better than this on Cape Cod?
No, it does not. The right-hander Lomavita digs in with 1 down. He goes after the first pitch he sees. It's a weak roll to second base. Nishida's charging after it. The throw and the run is in time. Riku Nishida makes the play.
Another great play by Riku. Riku is at his best when he is ranging horizontally, right to left, left to right, he seems to always have the best reads on balls going to the left of him. That was hit right in his wheelhouse.
So Jake Berry has now thrown 4 pitches, all put in play. Single, fly out, home run, ground out. Now, how will he fare against Eddie Park, the left fielder?
Park is 2 for 9 in these playoffs against Hyannis. No RBI, hasn't scored a run, no walks, no strikeouts though.
Lefty as Berry brings home a first pitch that misses outside, ball 1.
I hope you took the over today.
I think it's already hit. Yep, in the first inning.
It was at 7.5.
The 1-0. Breaking ball finds the zone, count will even up at 1 apiece.
That breaking ball hung up there too, and I think Eddie Park was taken the whole way there, but that's a pitch that if Berry throws it again, especially against bats that are across his lineup, could be dangerous.
Throws another one, this time it misses high, and the count will move to 2-1 in favor of Eddie Park.
You're just not seeing that ball break like it typically does so far today, and so I know Berry's still trying it out here, and he's got a pretty good cushion to do it.
It's 2-1. Park fouls it off into the woods, and the count will even up at 2-2. You'd like to get out of the inning here.
Yeah, that'd be nice. 2 down, 2-2 count. If you can get a strikeout here, too, it's a big momentum boost. Bring your bats back out there. Try to keep doing damage to the top of the lineup.
The 2-2 from Berry. Swing and a miss, and Poncho will apply the tag to end the inning. So Jake Berry does allow 2 runs, but he does bounce back to get Park swinging. 6-2 the score. We got plenty of baseball ahead as we head to the second inning.
Diet Coke? Who are you, my mom?
You should be so lucky, because you know what moms do? Well, I suppose we should start with the whole giving you life thing. It seems like that should be enough. No? Okay. What about her ability to send shockwaves through the neighborhood without saying a word? Or whip up a ridiculous handmade costume that you forgot to tell her about? Not to make you happy, but because she had a reputation to uphold. She invented rideshare, called it carpool, and did it for free. She didn't need those dating apps either. You copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music.
Why not?
Oh, and she can win any argument in 4 words.
Because I said so.
Everything you're trying to do, she's already done it, did it better, and she did it with a Diet Coke in her hand. So, drink what your mama gave you.
Well, you know it's a good day for your team when your leadoff hitter is coming to the dish for the second time, and it's just the top of the second inning. Riku Nishida will lead us off, Austin Akuta, alongside Zach Berman and Drake Toll, and, well, we knew it was going to be, what you're saying, Zach, wild, wacky, and weird? And that's what we've got all 3 of those today.
No, this one's gonna. This one already seems like it's an absolute. I think we're in store for an absolutely psychotic game of baseball today.
Cotuit's on their second pitcher of the game.
Well, they made
who
Jake
also
Berry
allowed a home run, by
uncomfortable
the
as
way.
well.
Throw that out there, by the way.
Schuelke did allow the 3-run homer by Shonowell.
How big was that, too? You think about the game would be 3-2.
Yeah. That Shonowell home run was huge, and we're just in the top of the second. Sidewinder Schuelke brings home a 70-mile-an-hour breaking ball that misses, and Riku Nishida, who walked and later scored, is back at the plate to lead off the second.
The 2 guys with the funkiest antics on Cape Cod. One a pitcher, one a hitter, going toe-to-toe right here.
Who's going to give in? The 1-0 Nishida, slow breaking ball, called strike, and that's where Schuelke's at his best. He throws you the slow-moving breaking ball. It comes across the zone and just dips in for a strike.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's good at getting guys to watch because that ball's got so much movement to it.
He's the one that got away from the Hawks.
Yep.
Reliever of the year, once on the Harbor Hawk roster. Here comes the 1-1 to Nishida. He thinks about bunting, but doesn't really come up with it, and it's a called strike anyway, 1-2.
Well, it's an effective trade, more or less. You trade Cam Schuelke for Mitch Jebb, and
I still think Hyannis won.
I think, well, it's a win-win trade. Cotuit gets the reliever of the year, and Mitch is, well, he's Mitch.
Schuelke comes set. The pitch to Nishida. Fouls it off, and Riku will spoil another one from Schuelke as the count holds at 1-2.
I like this matchup for Riku because at Mount Hood Community College, these pitch speeds, I'd say, are a little bit more in line with what he sees versus what he's seen this summer in the Cape Cod Baseball League and what he'll see in the Pac-12 at Oregon.
Well, Schuelke's a guy that had a lot of success earlier on, and you're seeing batters start to catch up to it. He's really good against contact hitters, but not great against power because he's just giving you a hanging breaking ball from a different arm slot.
Riku stands in, now squats down low. Looking to spoil another from Schulke. The 1-2 once more. This time it misses low, and the count's evened up to Nishida.
Now, if the Harbor Hawks can punch back and maybe get 1 or 2 more in, work Schulke's pitch count up, effectively try and undo the damage that the 2-run homer did.
The 2-2 misses. Lomavita couldn't find it in the zone. He did a nice job presenting it to the umpire, but it's ball 3.
Yeah. Great job by Lomavita there to frame that one up, and now Schulke's got a 3-2 count. He's got 7 walks in 22 and a third.
The 3-2 to Nishida. Riku slaps it up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Harlan backhands his throw to first. Nishida slides in, and he's not in time. 4-3 the put up, but Nishida gave all he had trying to get down the line.
Not for a lack of effort. Man, Riku Nishida just has that dog in him.
Yeah. I can throw it out there, too, that in total now Cam Schulke has given up 3 earned runs this season. 2 of them have come against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks via the home run.
It was Mitch Jebb off of Schulke, I believe?
Yes, it was.
Yep.
And now Nolan Shonowell in the last inning. And now, speaking of Mitch Jebb, he's at the dish. He already has a single and a run tonight. The league leader in runs, steps back up, and he fouls the first pitch away.
I'm going to give you an amazing stat. Cam Schulke has pitched between college and summer ball 136 innings. Coming into today, he had allowed 3 home runs combined in those 136.
Wow. So 2 of his 4 home runs have come against Harbor Hawks.
Yes.
Yeah, 1 to Jebb. He's going to watch it go by for ball 1.
And that's in his collegiate career.
In his collegiate career,
two of his 4 home runs have come against his former summer league team.
Incredible.
Yes.
One of them, Mitch Jebb, who played for his current summer league team.
Yes.
Whoa. Put that all together. It's like a reality show.
1-1 to Mitch. Called strike. Count moves to 1-2 to the Michigan State Spartan.
I mean, last summer with Traverse City, you know, he goes 53 innings, an ERA of .68.
Pit spitters, man.
Pit spitters. He had a 4.98 this ERA at Northwood College in Michigan this spring. Still, only allowed 2 home runs in 59.2 innings.
Here comes the 1-2 to Mitch. Slow tapper. It's going to go foul. The count will hold where it is. Mitch Jebb, the Michigan State Spartan, struck out just once every 14 at-bats at Michigan State. Not somebody who goes down on strikes quite often. And this postseason, it's been a little bit more difficult. He has 2 strikeouts and 9 ABs, but this is where the pitching's at its best, and you have to bring your best at the plate.
Hyannis has been able to do that decently today.
Yeah. Schulke on the mound, the right-hander, comes set. Nobody on the bases, 1-2 the count to Mitch Jebb. Jebb slaps it down the third base line, and with the shift Cotuit had on him, nearly found himself with an extra base hit, but it goes foul.
That was almost one of the more absurd pieces of hitting we've seen all season. Jebb is, at his heart, a slap hitter. He's a guy that will make a lot of his contact opposite field, which really, you know, serves his game well on the Cape, because when you go oppo taco, that likely gives you a chance because you're not hitting the ball that hard to, you know, use your speed, run things out, get the extra base more often than not.
Schulke will come set. The 1-2 to Jebb once more. Mitch slaps it on the ground to second. There's Trotter Harlan. He makes a play to first. Did he hold the bag? Yes, he did. Ignafo nearly fell off on a nearly wild throw, but nonetheless, it's back-to-back 4-3 putouts.
Yeah, you can tell right now, Cotuit's still a little bit jittery out in the outfield.
So that brings up Cole McConnell. He had a sac fly RBI, so no official AB just yet for Cole. That happened in just the last inning, the top of the first.
Yeah, another one of your true power guys. You want to do some 2-out damage, Cole's the guy to help you out with it.
First pitch, a called strike, finds the inside corner. 0-1 now, and how about Cam Schulke? He's settling in after the 3-run home run, and that's what Cotuit's going to need out of him. Going to need a couple of innings. Already had to remove their starter after 2/3. The 0-1 to McConnell sails a bit high, and the count evens up.
Well, Schulke can certainly give you the longevity. I mean, he did start 4 games at Traverse City last spring. He started 4 games with Northwood College this spring.
The 1-1 to McConnell. He goes after it, comes up empty, 1-2.
Yeah, big hack there and a miss, and trying to avoid the old strikeout right here for Cole McConnell, something he did struggle with in the regular season. He's got 2 through 9 at-bats here in the postseason.
Schulke looking to punch out McConnell, his former teammate of the Harbor Hawks. Here's the 1-2. McConnell crushes it to right field. That ball is long gone. Cole McConnell with a solo shot, and the lead moves to 7-2.
What did you say? Against these power hitters, you really have to be careful, because when you're throwing, that was a 72-mile-per-hour breaking ball, if you hang it over the middle of the plate, that's batting practice. And Cole McConnell just sent that baseball to another galaxy.
The third home run of the game for the boys in blue.
5 home runs Cam Schielke's given up in his career. 3 of them have come in 2 appearances against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks.
2 of them in tonight's game. 7-2 the Hawks lead just as things got quiet down.
That ball hasn't landed, by the way.
No, it has
I think
not.
when it does, it's going to be somewhere around the pitching mound at McKeon Park.
Now, Cole McConnell had 9 home runs at LA Tech.
You're the bullpen. They're going nuts. They got the L held up out there. Oh.
Inside to Jackson Ross. So now Ross will come up. He did strike out his first at-bat of the night. The FAU outfielder. He's played some first base as well.
That was huge, guys. Even that just 1 run. Huge.
1-0 to Ross. He takes a big swing and fouls it off of the mask of Loma Vita.
If you had one of those Saturday-to-Saturday rentals and you are driving off the Cape on the Sagamore Bridge right now, you might want to be careful because you might get a baseball to the windshield.
Well, somebody got a baseball to the windshield in the last 24 hours.
All right. Thanks for mentioning that again, fellas.
Safe flight repair, safe flight replace.
9 a.m. Monday.
It wasn't me. I probably deserved one, but nope. That's not how it works.
Zach Berman was parked to my right. That one's hit up the middle. Fielded on the ground by Troy. His throw is in time. The inning is over, but the Hawks add a run, make it 7-2 thanks to the solo shot from Cole McConnell.
Look at Beatty sprinting.
That chip on the shoulder, that started at a very, very young age. People's expectations are, they're cool, they're fun, but mine are bigger.
When you play in New York, they want to see winners. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday or a Friday or a Saturday. You got to come with it, or those fans will let you know.
Pick one thing from me, pick one other thing from another player, make it your own, you turn to who you want to be.
What motivates me is the unknown. You know, how good can I be? You get away from the lights, you get away from the camera.
Mientras más presente yo esté en la caja de batería, más éxito tengo.
Man, how can you not keep it fun, man? This is a kid's game.
If you could go back and tell 10-year-old Francisco one thing, what would it be? You're a bad mother.
Bottom of the second inning from Lowell Park in Cotuit as the Hawks expand their lead once again 7-2, but at the pace we're going, more runs are on tap. Jake Berry would like to prevent that from happening, though, as he did settle in guys after that 2-run home run.
No, he didn't throw that many pitches this first inning at all. Cotuit was seeing the ball pretty well. Couple hard contacts. You have the Troy single, Ignafo the long fly out, and then Trice the home run. But after that settled in, ground ball and a strikeout. Now against the bottom of the lineup, you'd like to see some quick action from Jake Berry.
So that brings up the third baseman, Ryan Delaney. He's 2 for 5 on his season during the regular season because he didn't play until the very end of the year with Cotuit, but this postseason, 3 for 8.
Yeah.
Left-hander Berry brings home the first pitch. It misses in the dirt.
The guys had a pretty good couple of days against the Harbor Hawks, and good news for Jake. I mean, he got his way out of that first inning with those 2 runs across. When you're working with such a cushion, you're a lot more loose, and that's a ball high. You see that even more now here after that home run. If the Harbor Hawks go 3 up, 3 down, that's enough momentum with only a 4-run deficit for Cotuit and a lot of ball game left to start inching their way back.
Yeah.
But that home run is just kind of a, look, we're not done, is what it says to the guys across the way. So that is huge, right? It's what Cotuit did yesterday. They just kept adding on. Crush the spirit early, as they say.
How the Kettleers respond. The 2-0 from Berry and a big swing and a miss by Delaney.
Yeah.
Delaney had a homer yesterday.
Thank you, Zach.
Yeah,
a 3 up, 3 down here would be massive for Jake Berry. The first one of those for Hyannis with a lead like this, and you're feeling even more comfortable.
2-1 to Delaney. He skies it foul out of play. 2-2 the count, and the Cotuit Kettleers can certainly put up runs in bunches as they did yesterday with 9. Yeah. So you have to be careful if you're the Hawks to not let them inch back into this game. As we talked about a bit, as soon as they see an ounce of opportunity, the Kettleers will pounce all over it.
Well, you got Jordy out of the pen today, too. You feel really good with that if you're Hyannis.
The 2-2. Just missed the outside corner. He tried to bring the slider back, but just couldn't catch enough of the corner.
Zone seems a little bit tight, but it's being called for both sides.
No, and I think that pitch was called well. I think that pitch is just an inch or two off the plate, and so runs you 3-2, but not a bad pitch on a 2-2. Most of the time you get a swing.
The 3-2 to Galaney. High fastball, and Galaney won't go after it, so he will draw a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the second inning.
Well, now you got to deal with Enrique Bradfield Jr., and he's a guy that throughout this series is still trying to catch on a bit. Bradfield has a strikeout earlier, and overall, you've also seen him for the first time in like 6 years be thrown out at second base by Pancho Ruiz. Kind of one of the highlights for Hyannis over the course of this series. So, he wants to get revenge here against the Harbor Hawks in this at-bat, and he's got an opportunity with a man on and nobody out.
Lefty here to Bradfield as Barry brings home a first pitch fastball. Misses at the neck level, and you mentioned it, Drake. Enrique Bradfield at Vanderbilt this season, 46 for 46 in stolen bases. Then he comes to Cotuit, 4 for 4 in the regular season. Then he runs into Pancho Ruiz, who guns him down at second base the first time he's been caught stealing in 2022, just a couple of days ago. The 1-0 to Bradfield finds the zone, and the count is evened up at 1-1.
Yeah, Enrique didn't like that one too much, but that expands about an inch. On the lefties, you'll see the zone spread about an inch to the left. And again, your lines were a little off to start today's ball game, so see how much that factors in.
1-1. Another fastball and another called strike.
Same
1-2.
Same exact spot, same exact pitch.
Bradfield's looking over to Coach Roberts in the dugout, trying to get a bone, and
yeah, well, Roberts
nothing.
can't say anything
I think
else.
That's a strike.
If Roberts says anything else, he might get tossed.
Yeah.
Galaney off of first after the walk. The 1-2 from Berry to Bradfield won't happen quite yet as he checks in with Galaney and throws over.
You hear the Cotuit fans yelling for a balk yesterday.
Oh,
boy, did we see something.
That was
bases wasn't loaded.
First
on
and second. First and second.
Second base umpire yells balk, but nobody hears him, and the play continued, and they let it happen. The 1-2. Bradfield thought about swinging, but did not go around. The count evens up at 2-2 on the 79-mile-per-hour breaking ball.
Very good pitch. Very, very, very good pitch there on that 2-2. I go back to that outside fastball again.
The left-hander comes set. Long pause, and here comes the 2-2. It's the fastball, but Bradfield turns on it. He skies it to right field. It'll stay in the yard as Sirota ranges in, makes the catch for out number 1. It looked good off the bat, but that's where Bradfield's still adding to his game.
That's the big kryptonite for Enrique Bradfield Jr. The power is just not quite there. You haven't seen it yet on Cape Cod either, and so he gets pretty much all of the baseball. That's why it looks so good, but that power has not come along yet, so it's just an easy fly out for Mike Sirota. You get him up and down, and now you're dealing with 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup. Not a bad spot to be with C.J. Kafis up here.
Trotter Harlan at the plate.
Kafis.
So Harlan, for the first time tonight, will stand in against the left-hander Berry. Here comes the first pitch to Trotter. Good frame job by Ruiz, but it was too high. Ball 1.
I don't know if C.J. Kafis is still on the roster.
Haven't seen him.
Point streak has him at the plate right here.
Oh, that's not C.J. Kafis, yeah.
Nope.
Cave is still on the roster. I think he's just off the bench.
The 1-0. Harlan pops it up. Will it stay in play? Ruiz running over towards the fence, and it'll end up out of play on the concrete behind us. 1-1, the count evens up.
We've only had one really close call with a foul ball all season. That was in Chatham. I think Chatham's the only place in the Cape Cod Baseball League where you are in just the right spot where a perfectly hit foul ball could get you.
Galaney off first. Harlan at the plate. The left-hander, Barry from Virginia, brings home the 1-1. Harlan on the ground to third, could be 2. Earhart to second for 1. Nishida's throw to first is in time! 5-4-3 double play, inning over. Welcome to the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Show on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
What are you looking forward to? Adding a takeout window.
And more locations.
Paying off my student loans.
Juggling my 4 small businesses and staying sane.
Raising my allowance.
Finishing my painting and starting the next one.
Catching a keeper. Cashing anything.
Making the most of my retirement.
Checking my balance and hopefully having one.
Whatever you want for your family, your business, or your community, talk to us at Cape Cod 5 because we're looking forward to helping you. Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Top of the third inning from Lowell Park. Austin Nakuda alongside Zach Berman and Drake Toll, and we're having a good time. Hope you are at home as well, as it's 7-2 Harbor Hawks here. It's been early offense, guys, and Jake Berry just settled in by getting a big double play ball to end the last half inning.
Yeah, it was huge. It's an unconventional 3-up, 3-down, but you still make it happen for Hyannis, and so you feel good after putting up the first 0 of today's ball game for anybody, and now you go to the top of the third, and I'm telling you, if Hyannis can add a run or 2 runs here, not to say it could be put away early, because I just don't see that happening in a big game 3 of the playoffs. But still, the more you add on, the better off you'll be late in this game, especially against Cam Schulke, a guy who's already let up 2 home runs, and the Harbor Hawks are seeing him well.
Swing hard. That's the strategy. If you can hit it out, try. This guy hit it out.
Drew Earhart did just that, a 2-run home run in the first inning. He takes a called strike. That's the Schulke fastball, 0-1. Earhart to left center field. It was the same spot his other home run came in game 1. Earhart likes to turn on the baseball. The 0-1, he hits it hard to center field. Bradfield didn't have to move. It was right at him. A hard hit ball, but an F8 for out number 1.
That's still another not a great sign for Schulke, because that was a great piece of contact. Again, the Harbor Hawks are clearly not being fooled by what he's throwing thus far. Just, not every hit finds a glove.
So that brings up Pancho Ruiz, the catcher who had a single and a run scored already, and it was a perfectly placed single into left center field his first time up at the dish.
He also didn't have to run too hard on that run.
No. First pitch to Pancho, a floating breaking ball at 69 miles an hour for ball 1.
And that was a huge single, because, look, you have bases empty, 2 outs. You already got the 3 runs, but Pancho could have just, rolled over. Instead, he gets on base, and the Harbor Hawks ended up adding 3 more.
Ball 2 now as that misses outside to Ruiz.
Again, Schulke has not had any control issues really this season for Cotuit, but you can force his pitch count up and make the Kettleers go deeper and deeper to the bullpen. I mean, the guy's given up 2 home runs already.
2-0 to Pancho. That catches the zone. 2-1 the count now is. There is action stirring in the Kettleer arm barn. A left-hander now getting loose.
If you can get Schulke can give you distance. He went 4 2/3 in a game this year, so he can give you that longevity.
Schulke brings home the pitch. Pancho, 1 hopper to short. Troy's throw across the infield is in time. 6-3. Pancho goes down for out number 2.
There's the Cam Schulke. You know what? I'm going to go overhand and toss it in a more conventional manner. And I like that from Schulke, because it can really throw your hitters for, a whirlwind. Oh, did he just do that?
Yeah.
So Dom Patelli at the plate. He walked and scored in the first inning. And Patelli's a guy that's no stranger to power. He's got 3 homers on the season. He'll take inside. And 2 of those Patelli homers came on the same day at Orleans in a quite the showing, because both of those balls were absolutely crushed over the fence.
Yeah, hit them both. Pulled them both.
Inside again to Patelli. 2-0. He likes to pull the baseball.
Yep.
He is a
big pull guy.
Advanced bunter as well. We've seen him drop plenty of bunts.
He does have a black belt in bunting, actually.
Yes, he does.
Very recently.
Patelli 3 homers on the year, 2 in that Orleans game. Who was the other one against?
The 2-0. The other one would be against the Cotuit Kettleers.
Is that right?
Yes,
oh, wow.
3-0 the count.
These Cotuit Kettleers?
Yeah.
Wow.
So Patelli, red light, green light here on 3-0.
The reddest light that's ever existed. As red as the blood on my shin. I got a boo-boo celebrating a home run.
If he gives you something over the plate.
The 3-0.
Yep.
It's not over the plate. It's, in fact, ball 4 as Patelli draws his second walk of the contest.
Hey, look who's up. Look who's up.
And that brings up a man who likes to hit the ball off of Cam Schulke, that being Nolan Shonowell, who already has a massive 3-run home run in this ball game. It just got over the fence, but it counts the same.
Yep.
If I'm Schulke, I don't even throw him a strike. I let him deal with Sirota.
Yeah.
We'll see how they attack the FAU standout. Pickoff move to first, but the ball got away. Out of the glove of the first baseman, Ignafo. Otherwise, they may have had Patelli leaning.
Yeah. That was a pretty solid pickoff move there from Cam Schulke. You see he goes overhand for that one, too, changing the arm slot for he's like a Swiss Army knife, this guy.
Patelli off of first after his walk. It's a big lead. And the first pitch is a called strike to Nolan Shonwell. He slows it down
I
and
think that
drops
was
it in the zone.
It looked like a take all the way for Shonwell after a 4-pitch walk to Patelli, and Shonwell loves to walk. So see if he gets a pitch that he likes here, but I don't know if Schulke will go back to the fastball.
Pickoff move again. Patelli is out. Dom Patelli had a big lead, and Schulke made a good move, so that will put the end to the inning as Schulke picks off Patelli.
With Hood Milk, you can trust your family is getting high-quality milk in every nutritious and delicious drop. It begins here on farms that Hood selects, with farmers who uphold the highest standards and who pledge to never use artificial growth hormones. And you'll see that care continue right to your home with our Light Block bottle, which protects the fresh taste of your milk. At Hood, we never stop caring about our milk because you never stop caring about your family. Always good, always Hood.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
Well, before we welcome you back for the third inning, or the bottom of the third, I want to take a time to shout out one of our lovely sponsors, the Mass State Lottery. As a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Mass State Lottery is celebrating the games we love playing, from the baseball diamond to the many lottery games that help support
all 351
cities and towns across the
Commonwealth.
So here's the 50 years of winning.
And
50 more. You know, you don't have to win the lottery to hit a home run today.
No, you
Lowell
don't.
Park is a great hitter's ballpark, too, and you see the ball carry out of here pretty well. We've already seen that today, and it's what Cotuit's going to try to do here against Jake Berry.
So Berry returns to the bump for now his third inning of work. He walked the leadoff man in the bottom of the second, then got a flyout and a ground ball double play that ended the inning. So we'll see how he fares now. A left-hander, Josh Pearson, at the plate. First pitch to Pearson, misses low and out.
Great pitch there from Berry. It was close to the zone, not a strike, but still you give him something near it to Pearson, who was pretty solid yesterday. He's hitting .286 over the course of this series.
Comes up empty on the fastball. 1-1, the count evens up.
I think that Pearson left his shoes in the box and then swung his way out of them.
Healthy swing
from
the right fielder.
We wanted a home run on that one.
Right lace is untied.
The 1-1. Another big swing and a miss as Berry's 89-mile-an-hour fastball coming out of the hand looks a bit faster today.
Well, you're seeing Pearson's he's not keeping his head down. He's going completely out. He's not watching the baseball there, and he's swinging over everything.
Pearson looking to do damage here as Berry's ahead 1-2 the pitch, and he skies it to right field. Sirota moves over, still moving in, now makes the catch for the first out.
That's what makes baseball so funny. Volker and Berry, you know, one's a lefty, one's a righty. They both sit around 89-90 for their fastballs, and Cotuit has had a lot of trouble with both of them, whereas Magdal Cotto throws 95-96, and they were all over it. That's the old Michael Sansone paradox.
So speaking of guys who are all over fastballs, here comes the leadoff hitter, Tommy Troy, a single already, and you guessed it was on a fastball. Now 4 for 10 this postseason. One down here. The big left-hander brings home a breaking ball above the zone, ball 1. Game 3.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Doesn't get much bigger than this.
The 1-0. And the dirt 2-0 after last season, in which the Harbor Hawks finished 8-28. I was here for all 36 of those games.
Yeah.
It was a slow season, but no lack of talent on the roster. The 2-0, swing and a miss. And the roster turned over a pretty significant amount here for this season. All new players, a relatively new coaching staff. So have B.J. Johnson, Ray Korn, a couple of your pitching gurus, as the 2-1 is checked foul out of play. But the Harbor Hawks bring in a first-year manager by the name of Eric Beatty, a Cape Cod League Hall of Famer as a player, and somebody who has one of the lowest ERAs. And they put together a coaching staff filled with pitching experts, and it certainly has helped them with this turnaround. The 2-2 fouled off by Troy.
83 on the breaking ball, and that's all Barry's really giving him here, especially the 2-strike count, is breaking ball, because Troy is swinging really hard here. He's 1 for 1 today.
And the other piece to that pitching staff on the coaching side of it is Kevin Ohm. Made it to the big leagues, and he threw a scoreless inning as that one misses at the back foot of Troy. It did indeed hit him. So Troy will get on here with 1 down. And as I was saying, Kevin Ohm, another addition to this coaching staff, pitching expert, made it to the big leagues, threw a scoreless inning, and took an at-bat and got a hit. So Kevin Ohm, a career ERA of 0.00,
we take
a
that.
career batting average of 1,000, and is here to coach the Hawks, and he has made a big difference with his pitching group.
That's awesome.
Okay, I would not throw anything to Ignafo up and in.
Yeah.
Because he's done some damage in these first 2 games on those pitches.
They go high and out for ball 1. Barry misses a spot as Troy gets his lead off first with 1 down after the hit by pitch. Ignafo, the right-handed hitter, flew out to deep left field in the first and has had a hot start to his series, 2 homers in 2 games. The 1-0 from Barry misses outside, 2-0. And this guy Ignafo wasn't even in the starting lineup in game 1, I believe.
Right.
He came in as a pinch hitter for Caleb Ketchup.
Well, when you got the guy that is, had 11 home runs in the NACBL and also won their home run derby, that probably helps your roster a little bit down the stretch.
So while Barry falls behind 2-0, that brings out the aforementioned Kevin Ohm to have a mound visit and try to settle his starting pitcher in.
You know, thinking about this game today, you guys have watched plenty of baseball. College level, at the major league level, typically in these game 7s, even when a lot of these pitching staffs are depleted, game 7s, game 3s, anything where the series is tied and it's all on the line, you see a lot of pitchers' duels. You see a lot of pitchers who come out and just light things up, have the performance of their lives, and the final score is 3-2. Today, we have seen really the inverse of that. It's 7-2 already here at Lowell Park, and that really is surprising to me. Despite these 2 teams being toward the back of their Cotuit, especially being toward the back of their bullpen, it has been all runs today, and you expect to see these pitchers light it up, and just not so much so far today.
So we'll see if the mound visit by Ohm settles Barry in at all. 2 1/3 so far, 2 hits and a walk. 2-0 the count to Ignafo with Troy off at first. The left-hander brings home the pitch. It's in the dirt. It gets by Poncho Ruiz, and it skips near the Kettleer dugout. Troy's looking for third, and time is called, as they'll make Troy stay at second base as Ruiz retrieves the ball. The count moves to 3-0.
But also, for both teams, that makes the way you manage this game so much more difficult because whoever wins this game is playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you could have at the very least another 1, 2, 3. You could have at the very least another 3 straight games of baseball in 3 straight days after today.
You got to give it everything today. There's no saving arms for the next series. You've got to win today to even get there. Interesting.
So they're having a discussion here about possibly the runner placement. I'm not 100% certain because it went towards the on-deck circle, and it may have touched the on-deck batter, but that's going to be the conversation, I believe, with the umpires.
I don't know how it would have. I mean, it was pretty good ways away from the on-deck circle, yeah.
They're examining the ball, actually, is what they're doing.
Huh.
So
they're going to throw the ball out. All right.
Not too sure what the...
It was certainly a turn of events there for both teams.
So nothing much changes after the wild pitch moves Troy up to second. The count's 3-0 with 1 down here.
Look at this crowd today.
Packed in the bleachers on both sides here at Lowell Park.
Unbelievable atmosphere.
Electric atmosphere.
It's the
really
best crowd
awesome.
we've seen all summer.
Yep.
On both ends. Hawks fans have traveled across town. The 3-0 to Ignafo.
Ignafo scoots up in the dish.
Still won't happen as Barry steps off. The last Ruiz to run through the signs once again.
So Ignafo skipped forward and then got up all the way as far on the plate as he could. See if he does it again here. Yep.
And it's ball 4. Can't say that's a bad idea to miss to Ignafo. He's been hitting everything thrown his way in this series. So with the open base after the wild pitch, it puts Ignafo on first. Troy stays at second, and there's still 1 down.
Yeah, but now you got to deal with Carter Trice, and I don't know if you guys want me to reveal to you what he did last time he came to the plate.
Well, if my memory, which is very full, very chalk to the brim, serves me correct, he had a 2-run home run, and it was a bomb. It was crushed. So
again, no breaks in this lineup.
Nope. Get to it. 1 through 9 can hit the baseball. It's a double steal. Barry brings it home. Throw to Ruiz. The third is in time. Ruiz cuts down Troy, and that is a monumental out number 2.
You want to talk about the most improved player on this team. It is Poncho Ruiz and what he has done behind the plate. Again, he got a perfect read on that ball, and that was a perfect throw. Troy's got wheels, and if he does not place that ball perfectly, Troy's sliding in feet first. He gets in ahead of the tag. Also, what a tag by Drew Earhart.
Yep.
That was chef's kiss, perfection,
If Enrique Bradfield Jr. can't steal off of Pancho Ruiz, I don't know who can. That was masterful by the Harbor Hawks, and why is Cotuit doing that with Trice at the dish right here? You got a guy who just hit a home run. Do you need both of those players in scoring position, especially at 7-2? You're trying to chip away bit by bit, and now you can't do it there.
Well, the Hawks now with 2 down. What a big out number 2 it was. 0-1 the count to Carter Trice. Berry takes a little bit of a breath, brings home the pitch. It's a called strike, 0-2.
No, that is it. We saw yesterday when the Harbor Hawks were down a couple, we said, please don't run Riku with Mitch Shipp at the plate. Riku gets thrown out. Same situation here. You could have first and second with one of your best hitters at the plate. Why run? It's only the
one
third
out,
inning.
too, yeah. Now 2 down and an 0-2.
Here comes the 0-2 from Berry. High fastball just to show him what he has at 91. It's a ball. So the Hawks, a couple of big plays by the defense have helped Jake Berry. A double play ball to end the bottom of the second. Pancho Ruiz cuts down Tommy Troy, trying to steal third.
I mean, the catch on the ball from Ignofo
By Ross.
Jackson Ross.
So the defense has showed up today for Jake Berry. Fans getting into it. The 1-2 from Berry. Swing and a miss! Jake Berry cuts down Carter Trice and puts an end to a Cotuit rally. Score holds at 7-2. We're heading to the 4th inning on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Traffic is treacherous. There's a fender bender on the pike. Gonna be a wicked commute. The expressway's backed up to the gas tanks. Gridlock. Crawl. Snarl. Gamma. Bottleneck. Log jam. 128 is a parking lot. You'll be late for supper tonight.
Keeping your car road ready is what we do best. At Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there.
Hey, we get you there too.
Having a 5G phone that's not on T-Mobile makes as much sense as playing ice hockey. Using pool noodles. Get out of the penalty box with 5G coverage like this. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. T-Mobile, more 5G bars in more places. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
New pitcher on the mound for the Cotuit Kettleers to start the top of the 4th inning. And this is not the situation you'd expect if you're a Cotuit fan. Already their 3rd pitcher of the ballgame.
Jeez, guys, you know that the Harbor Hawks have gotten on top of all the pitchers they've seen. Even Cam Schulke allowed a couple of home runs, 2 earned runs for that guy as his day ends. And now you've got to face, out of the Cotuit Arm Barn, the first lefty they've tossed today in Joseph Whitman. Whitman, 6'4", 195 out of Purdue. 159 ERA, but only 2 appearances this season, both of them as a starter. I can only imagine he was going to be their day 1 or day 2 guy had they advance. And if they do advance, now they can't use him. They're just burning arms to try to stay remotely close into this game, and that's exactly where you want to be if you're Hyannis.
That's what you have to do if you're Cotuit, too. You can't leave any stone unturned trying to get back into this game. And guys, we talked about that last night. We said, what happens for the Hawks out of the bullpen? Well, you could see him throw Jay Driver. You could see him throw Strickland because you don't want to walk away saying, I wish I used one of our best arms. So that's the strategy here for Cotuit as they bring Whitman to the mound. And the Hawks will lead it off with Nolan Shonowell. After Dom Patelli got picked off at first base to end the top of the 3rd inning. Shonowell was at the dish, so he'll have a clear count, but it will have to face a left-hander now.
You know, I was about to say, Austin, Hyannis is in a great spot in the lineup right here with Shonowell, Sirota, and Ishida. I'm looking up and down this lineup, and the way that Eric Beatty built it today, there's really not a bad spot to be in. These full 9 for Hyannis. They all have been so great as of late. Nolan Shonowell, a big piece of that. Already 2 home runs in this series. And now seeing the 3rd pitcher he's come against today.
So Whitman will have to deal with
the 2nd pitcher he's come against today.
Yes.
Oops.
Shonowell's home run came off of Schulke, and he was in the box when Schulke was on the mound the last inning.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, the Patelli pickoff ended that inning before Shonowell could complete his AB. So lefty-lefty as Whitman goes into the windup, in his first pitch of the night will be a breaking ball in the zone, and that's what Whitman does. He comes in and throws strikes.
Yeah, you think about the starting pitcher for Cotuit today made it 7 batters into this ball game, and that was it.
Shonowell in the left-handed batter's box. Here comes the 0-1. Misses low for a ball 1-1 now the count.
Yeah.
Whitman, 5 games, 2 starts, 20 2/3 with the Lakeshore Chinooks in the Northwoods League this summer. Pitches a lot to contact, only 19 strikeouts in 20 innings.
The 1-1, Shonowell fouls it off himself, and the count moves to 1-2. And
yeah, 78 there with a hanging breaking ball. I think on 2 strikes, Nolan Shonowell swings a little bit harder, probably gets a bigger piece of that one. But there at a 1-1 pitch, that ball hangs up. If he does it again, Harbor Hawks make you pay on one like that.
Shonowell now 3 for 7 in the series with 2 homers and 5 runs batted in. This is the Shonowell that we were told was coming to Cape Cod from the get-go. Here comes the 1-2 from Whitman. Breaking ball. Shonowell skies it high and deep to left center. Bradfield's on the run into the gap, and the speedy center fielder makes a catch at his hip for out number 1, and that's the range you have in Enrique Bradfield.
Well, here's a fun mention in, 5 2/3 at Purdue. That's all the innings he's pitched as a Boilermaker.
Is that right?
He's given up
5 2/3 at Purdue.
3 home runs in 5 2/3.
No way.
Yes.
That's 5 2/3 this spring. Okay. So Whitman really unproven in the last few months.
3 2/3 this spring, 2 innings in the spring of 2021.
Right,
Wow.
so 5 2/3 combined.
Yeah. So he hasn't pitched a ton at Purdue as he goes after Sirota, 0-1 the count now to Mike. But Whitman's looking good so far against the Hawks, and his Cape numbers show you that he does have the talent.
And his granddad. No, his dad is Walt. Wow. How neat is that?
The 0-1 called strike.
You are looking at the product of greatness right here. Wow. Son of Walt.
Swing and a miss. Sirota goes down. Swing for out number 2.
They're really asking a lot of Whitman here because he has only pitched in 1 game where he was not mopping up this summer. He pitched in the July 26th Chatham loss for Cotuit. They lost 10-2, and Whitman went 2 innings in that game, but that was not really in a role where he could do anything but eat innings. He looked good in the August 2nd game against Falmouth, though.
Whitman has pitched 5 2/3 his career 2 years at Purdue. 2 2/3 last summer, all summer. 20 the summer before, I should say. Then this summer, Lakeshore, 20 2/3.
Riku Nishida back at the dish, takes ball 1. He thought about bunting, but pulled it back as it almost hit him.
So that's something. So the guy has had 0 production effectively during his college career. Comes to Lakeshore this summer, throws 20 2/3. Now moves to the Northwoods, finds himself here on Cape Cod.
1-0 to Nishida. Ball 2. 2-0 from the left-hander Whitman, who settled in nicely out of the bullpen. Retired the first 2 batters he's faced, but Nishida, a tough out.
Yeah, Whitman has a career 3 whip.
Riku's already walked once today. He did ground out in his last AB. Here comes the 2-0 to Nishida. High breaking ball, 3-0, and if there's ever been a red light.
Yep. Yeah, this is the
red,
one.
This will be it. Riku Nishida rarely swings when it's 3-1.
Yeah.
Or even 2-1. Never mind 3-0.
That's why his batting average, or his OBP, is 390 this season to pair with his 291 batting average in the regular season. He finished his last week with a 462 OBP.
Riku steps out. 3-0 is a called strike. He was taken all the way as he nearly backed out of the box.
Yeah, he did. He did. He backed out at the very back of the box as a symbol of Whitman. If you're going to give me anything, please be a strike here.
So now 3-1. Nishida settles back in. 2 down here in the top of the 4th frame. Ball 4. Nishida draws a walk with 2 down. And for the second time today, Riku has reached via the free pass.
And I am very okay with running Riku here because at the very worst, he's out and you have Jeb McConnell Ross to start the inning.
Yeah.
Yep.
And at the very best, you can get Whitman off his game. And if he hangs anything to Mitch Jeb and Riku can get himself in scoring position, that can get another run home.
Does it surprise you, too, that Cotuit didn't start a lefty in today's game?
Yes.
With the way that Hyannis loads up the lefties in their lineup, you would expect Mike Roberts to try to pull a lefty out of his
Granted, Brooks hasn't been lit up like that really at all.
Jeb takes a first pitch strike. But you got to wonder, too, who did he have available? Because these guys haven't had a true off day in about over 10 days.
No, you're exactly right.
So he may not have had the full pitching staff available tonight. We're seeing them have to exhaust it already as Schulke has been used, and he's the reliever of the year. 0-1 with Riku off of first base and 2 down. He takes a smaller lead as Jeb watches a called strike. 0-2 now.
Well, the only other huge, high-caliber bullpen arm that the Kettleers still have is Ryan Bruno, another lefty. I think Mike Roberts would prefer to save him for later in the game.
Yeah. Hoping they get to that point.
Hopefully we can talk about Bruno a little bit earlier than expected.
The 0-2 to Jeb misses outside. Breaking ball came across the zone. It's a good pitch to try to entice a hitter to swing on.
Yeah, at a 1-2 here, too, I think you go ahead and send Riku Nishida and just say, look, whatever happens, happens.
So 1-2 to Jeb, the lefty. Whitman shakes off 2 signs from Caleb Lomavita. The Cotuit catcher now comes set. Nishida gets his lead off of first. Here comes the 1-2 to Jebby. Hammers it back up the middle of base hit. Riku's around second. He's going to head for third. Beatty's going to wave him around to take at least a turn, but he'll pull up at third. So that puts runners on first and third now as the Hawks look for another 2-out rally.
Yeah, there's a world right there in which Riku Nishida comes around to score. The throw from Rike Bradfield Jr. was not great. By the time he got to Carter Trice, that play would have at least been close, but now you get runners on the corners. I think the reason that he held him is because Cole McConnell is coming to the dish, and boy, has he had a postseason.
Yeah, in his last AB, Cole McConnell put a ball into orbit. A solo home run to right field. McConnell 1 for 1. He also has a sac fly today, so 2 runs batted in on the line for the LA Tech Bulldog. 3 RBI so far in this postseason. Jeb on first, Riku on third. First pitch to McConnell is in the dirt. Nice block by Lomavita as he picks it out of the right-handed batter's box.
Again, Whitman came into this game with a 3 ERA or 3 WHIP over the course of his career, and so he's got a couple of guys on here. It seems like he starts to fall apart more so when he gets guys on base. How can McConnell take advantage of that?
The 1-0 to McConnell, breaking ball, finds the plate, 1-1 the count.
That's not one I'd throw again. 79 belt high, oh boy.
Jeez.
And Cole McConnell is a guy that will take until he has a strike on him at times.
That was take all the way right there for Cole.
Yeah. Now with the count even at 1-1, we'll see where Whitman goes. 2 down, runners on the corners. Top of the 4th inning. Big spot here for Cotuit as Whitman will step off. And
Jeb is daring him over there. It's a lefty just staring right at Mitch Jeb. And if Jeb goes and they throw over, man, Riku Nishida has done that thing where he goes and swipes home plate. I don't know if you do it against Lomavita, but maybe get kind of tricky with your base running.
The 1-1 to McConnell is in the dirt. Nice pick by Lomavita once again.
You know what I do if I'm Jeb? I try.
You get in a pickle and then Nishida scores, right?
Well, I was going to say that, but also how many times have we seen Mitch Jeb or Riku entice a pickoff move and the ball go over the head of the first baseman?
Yeah.
What do you say, Austin?
I would say Jeb's going and maybe get caught if there's 2 strikes, but not with McConnell ahead 2-1.
Yeah, great point.
So here comes a 2-1 to McConnell. Now he goes after a breaking ball. Now on 2-2.
Yep.
I think you put Mitch Jeb in motion off of first base here. And if the throw looks like it's in time, Jeb could just pull up.
Even if not, I still have Jeb pull up around the halfway point and try to get Nishida home.
We'll see what they do. I mean, you don't want to take the batter to McConnell's hands, but at the same time, this lefty-lefty matchup is tough.
Right.
And Jeb's going to do just that. Jeb steals second, and he steps off.
And he balked.
He balked. They did it. The Harbor Hawks. Mitch Jeb goes to steal second base before the pitch is even thrown. He steps off, but they call a balk, which allows Nishida to come home and score. Jeb gets second anyway, and we knew he was going to be in motion to entice a throw, but the pitcher Whitman balked.
Well, Mike wants an explanation here, and they're not going to give much. I mean, it's a balk. So, yeah, Jeb advances to second. Nishida comes home. Roberts gets his money worth, and we play on here. That's huge, though. That's exactly what we were talking about.
We just
get crafty on the base paths, and good stuff happens, and it does it right there.
So it moves the count to 2-2 still, as the lead now moves to 8-2. The 2-2 to McConnell. Hard ground ball foul. So Nishida scores to push the Hawks lead to 6, but Jeb also moves into scoring position.
Well, you know what's so important about having 2 guys that can run like Riku Nishida and Mitch Jeb? Maybe it's not even the stolen base. They can get in the head of an opposing pitcher. And right there, that was Whitman completely overthinking what was going on.
Whitman hasn't played a lot of baseball, and here he is in Game 3 of a playoff series on Cape Cod.
The 2-2. McConnell, again, same spot off towards the first base coach's box.
And that's why that's even more genius. I mean, the guy doesn't have hardly any innings over the course of the last couple of years in college baseball, and now you got Riku Nishida and Mitch Jeb to deal with on the base paths. It's a no-brainer you do that. Hyannis only has 6 hits today.
Whitman, long pause as he gets the signs from Lomavita. Jeb off of second, the 2-2 once more to McConnell. He fouls it off again. You know when Cole McConnell is seeing the ball well, he's fouling off every pitch here.
Yeah, Tommy Troy and Cole McConnell, or and Mitch Jeb had a couple words exchanged. It seemed like there was a bit of a laugh. I bet it was Tommy Troy going, man, if I had your speed.
Here comes the 9th pitch of the at-bat. The 2-2 to McConnell is a call, strike 3, and credit to Whitman for coming in and getting out of further trouble. The Hawks do get a run home as they extend the lead to 8-2 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. But before we send you to a break, let's toss it over to our sideline reporter, Bria Losick. What's going on, Bria?
Thanks, Austin. I'm here underneath the tent with you guys right now, but for most of the game, I've been in the Hyannis cheering section, and let me tell you, after every single pitch, there's something going on. The crowd is electric. But I'm sitting next to Bill Laponis, that's Cole McConnell's host dad, and when he comes up to bat in the top of the second, he goes, "I just love that kid." Then he starts recording. All of a sudden, the ball goes out. I look over at Bill, and there's tears in his eyes. And I say, "Bill, what's going on?" He goes, "I have been to almost every game, but I have missed every single time that Cole has hit a home run this season. I finally got it." Back to you guys.
Thank you, Bria. That's awesome, and that shows the connection between the host families and the players here. It's deeper than just a couple-month rental because these families make such a major difference on these players.
I mean, look, I spent last summer with the Fremont Move with a host family, and you know, in the Expedition League, interns get host families, and it was my home away from home for 2.5 months, 62 games, and the right family, they were great. If Katie and Roy Wright, if you're listening, I say hi, I miss you.
So that's going to bring us over to the bottom of the 4th inning. Austin Akuta, Zach Berman, Drake Toll. We just heard from Bria Losick with another incredible report from the sidelines as we're now just over an hour and 15 minutes into this ball game, and the Kettleers are coming up to the plate for the 4th set of at-bats. They have 2 runs on 2 hits today, and Jake Berry returns to the mound.
Yeah, you get Barry back out there, and that's what you love for Hyannis. With a 6-run lead, you can work him maybe a little bit further as the ball outside. Work him a little bit further than you expected to in a 3-2 game. You wanted to go to Jordy Allard, your best reliever, pretty early. Now you have the liberty to not do that, so it's really big for Hyannis. They were able to get this kind of lead.
1-0 inside, 2-0 now to Caleb Lomavita. The 2-0. Fastball up and out. Count moves to 3 balls, no strikes.
Well, you've seen, if you're looking at strictly whips today, Jake Berry's has not been fantastic. But as he walks another one, he's been able to get out of it so far to this point, and we'll see how long the leash is here in the 4th inning, because this is actually Jordy Allard's last day on Cape Cod, too. So, I mean, you go to Allard in this ball game really whenever you want to.
So Berry with a 4-pitch walk to Caleb Lomavita. We'll put the leadoff man on for the Kettleers and bring up Eddie Park as Poncho has a quick chat with his pitcher.
I like the lefty-lefty matchup here. At the very least, you see if you can get Park either strikeout, ground out, pop fly, and then maybe Galaney Bradfield you attack differently.
Park 0 for 1 with the strikeout swinging to this point, but one of the most talented pure hitters in the league. He hit .284 over the course of the regular season with a .396 on base percentage. Off of first is Lomavita. The first pitch to Park is a called strike. 0-1 on the fastball from Berry.
Worth noting, too, Lomavita does have solid speed for a catcher.
Does.
So not to say that he'll steal here. I would really advise against it. But still, good speed on first base. Any ball in play here is going to be tough for the Harbor Hawks.
It's rare that you see a 5-tool catcher, but that's exactly what you get in Caleb Lomavita.
Absolutely. He's one of my favorite players to watch. Any team on Cape Cod, Caleb Lomavita is just that guy.
Yes, no, without a doubt. One of the nicest individuals I've
such
met
a great guy
in the league all summer.
Here comes the 1-1 from Berry. Hard hit ball up the middle. Patelli's going to field it, flip on a second for 1. That's all the Hawks will get, but they do get the lead man.
Patelli could have stepped on second and attempted to go to first, but Park has good speed. I like that decision. Don't try and be too fancy with the baseball because you can't force any errors. That's the last thing you want, is to maybe rush a throw, have the ball get away, and give Cotuit any slack to get back into this game.
Again, the whip is not fantastic, but Berry's found a way to get out of scenarios where things have looked even a little tough. Any adversity he's seen today, he's gotten a ground ball out, double play, something.
Poncho Ruiz throwing someone out at third.
Yeah, exactly, on a double steal. That's still, I'd love to question why that double steal occurred earlier.
Brings up Ryan Galaney. He's walked in his only plate appearance, rather, not an at-bat. The first pitch to Galaney fouled off 0-1 as Parks over on first. He takes the place of Lomavita on the fielder's choice.
If you can get 4 innings out of Jake Berry today, that's huge. That is absolutely humongous.
0-1 now the count. 1 down here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Wind picking up a bit, definitely cooling off what's been a warm day at the yard. Here comes the 0-1 from Berry. Fastball fouled back, and that makes the count 0-2. But, guys, we did a little weather report on the broadcast last night.
Yeah, we did. We had a bit of a weather
Zach
report.
Berman, this what we were expecting or not?
Little more breezy, a
Okay.
little less humid, which is nice, but feels like 98. No, it just changed. 92.
Okay.
86 feels like 92. I was
Still
about to say,
warm.
this does not feel like 98.
We're lucky that we're under the tent and have a little bit of shade because it is a warm one. But no matter the temperature, Berry's on the mound and bringing home an 0-2 that misses high. 1-2 the count. And for the guys on the field, it certainly is warm out there and just in the direct sunlight.
Yeah.
But the wind is 20 miles an hour, and that makes it feel a lot nicer than it actually is.
Yep. Here comes the 1-2. Swing, foul tip, hung on to by Ruiz for the second strikeout of the inning. Or the night, that is.
Yeah, only 2 strikeouts. You know, that is something to make note of here for the Harbor Hawks. They have not done a lot of that in these last 2 games, and today it has paid off because the defense has been, to this point, really solid. You want to keep that up. Again, momentum is on your side, but there's so much baseball left. We're only in the 4th. You cannot let off here.
What I was excited for was that second out of the inning.
Yeah.
That brings up Enrique Bradfield. The first pitch is down and out. Ball 1 to the speedy center fielder from Vanderbilt.
That is the 3rd strikeout of the game then. Hopa. Still not too many of those, huh?
Park, Trice, and Galaney.
The 1-0. Just misses a bit, 2-0. Long pause there from Ruiz as he held it. So off of first is Eddie Park. At the plate, Enrique Bradfield. 2 down here in the inning. 2-0 the count. Fastball called, strike 2-1 as Berry's back on the board.
That's a great pitch. Up and in, but just low enough to catch that top right corner of the strike zone. Bradfield could absolutely do nothing with it.
Yeah, Bradfield's strikeout numbers when he came into the regular season were not great. Maybe Berry can get one here.
The 2-1. Fastball back up the middle. Going to be a tough play, and it's into center field for a base hit. Rounding second, heading for third is Park, and that puts runners on the corners with still 2 down.
Well, it's another scenario in which Enrique Bradfield gets a good piece of hitting up the middle there, utilizes his speed as well. And you hear at 8-2, these Cotuit fans are doing whatever they can to get their team back into it, and I love it. The atmosphere is great. Cotuit fans are great. Hyannis fans are great. And you like to see if this team's going to get momentum, it's going to start with these fans.
So Jake Berry's day may just be done on the mound as Coach Beatty comes out of the first base dugout to have a chat with his pitcher. And for Jake Berry, 3 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. But been the control. It was just a touch off today, but not a bad outing from the lefty from Virginia.
I like the idea to yank him here because then you have the lefty-righty matchup. Harlan's got power, so it wouldn't surprise me if the Harbor Hawks go righty
He's staying.
here.
He's
they're gonna
staying
keep him in the game.
Jake Berry, as soon as Beatty stepped out of the dugout, he said, "I want in. I want to stay in this game." What happened was the mound visit had ended, and then Riku called Beatty back to the mound, so you can't then go revisit the mound.
Right,
so
right.
No issues at all. Just a little like, hey, Eric can't do that.
Right.
But nonetheless, he heads back to the dugout. So they'll leave the left-hander on the bump with runners on the corners and 2 down. Trotter Harlan getting ready to come up to the plate. 0 for 1 tonight. He did ground into a double play, 5-4-3, which put an end to the bottom of the second inning. But Harlan, widely regarded as one of the best pure hitters, all fields, can really hit the ball to right center with a lot of power, too.
Yeah, this is a situation, this is a huge at-bat in this game. This one could really tip the momentum either way in either direction.
Harlan is 64% pull hitter.
He'll watch a called strike. Jake Berry gave Eric Beatty the confidence to leave him in the game to try to complete the 4th, and that's going to make the skip happy. He comes back with a first pitch strike.
Harlan also a big bunt guy. 2 outs not going to be a factor, but 17 for 19 on stolen bases at Charleston, so the guy's got great speed.
The 0-1 to Harlan, fouled back. Jake Berry's ahead, 0-2, and Jake Berry not really paying much attention to Bradfield off of first, and with 2 outs, I can't blame him. You've got to attack the guy in front of you.
It's now an 0-2 here. Do you go fastball, eye level? What are you throwing him?
Well,
Breaking ball.
Breaking ball?
Yeah, I might go off speed because Harlan just missed that last fastball.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's why Poncho's behind the dish. He's called a good game so far.
No kidding.
He's called a good series overall. Berry comes set. The 0-2 to Harlan. Popped up. Shallow right side of the field. Shonowell's drifting back. It's drifting towards the net. Did it stay in play? It did! Shonowell makes the catch to put an end to the inning. Berry says, no, thank you. I'll finish for myself. Beatty goes back to the dugout and leaves his guy in. 4 innings of work, and the Hawks have a 6-run lead.
Bronk.
What up, TB?
What do you think my next move should be? Give it to me straight. Maybe it's just time I hang him up.
I got one word for you. Retirement. If you retire now, you're gonna be walking on soft sand in a week. Just come to Florida and feel the wind in your hair. Retirement is like winning another one. Maybe I'll even join you.
On the Spotty Network, this is what Tom heard.
If you retire now, you're soft and weak. Just come to Florida and win another one. Maybe I'll even join you.
Just go win another one.
Like it's that easy, Gronk. Maybe it is. I still feel like I have a lot to accomplish.
My goal is to win one more.
And Gronk's coming with me.
I'm retired from retiring? Mom, where are my football pants?
Don't trust big decisions to just any network. Go with T-Mobile, the GOAT in 5G.
And I'm not soft or weak either.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Welcome back to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network for the 5th inning of work here as Whitman's back on the bump for the Cotuit Kettleers, and he did all he could. He only allowed 1 run in his last inning of work, and that's what the Kettleers need now is somebody to kind of stabilize the bullpen a bit, and Whitman's hoping to do just that.
Yeah, you saw Whitman kind of waver there in that last inning, allowing a couple of base runners, but he found his way out of it. That was clutch. The only thing that balked that brought a run home was big for Hyannis, so Whitman trying to limit the jitters here, but how can you not be nervous? You've come into a game at this point where you haven't thrown a ton of innings yet over the course of the last couple of years in college. You did get them in the Northwoods. Now you're here in Cape Cod where it's a whole lot different.
So Jackson Ross leads us off here. He's 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch by Whitman, a fastball and a called strike. And Whitman's looked sharp. He's pitched 1 inning of work, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, but he did have 2 strikeouts.
He's also seen a lot of lefties, and here he comes in 4-5-6, righty, righty, righty.
See how the Hawks attack here to the lead off the 5th. It's a ball up and out. 1-1 the count evens up to Jackson Ross, and what a welcomed addition he's been. He stepped right into the lineup and produced.
Absolutely. He's a guy that swinging the wood bat looks really comfortable.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss as another good fastball by Whitman has Ross behind in the count 1-2.
Now Whitman looks good. This is definitely the guy that you would think Mike Roberts would have liked to have started game 1 tomorrow, and instead he had to burn him today.
Well, you get the lefty, and so far lefty on lefty's worked out pretty well for him. And he's got a righty here.
Whitman.
See how Whitman
shimmies into his set. The 1-2 is down and out, but that certainly, every pitcher has a different way of getting set, getting into their windup. Whitman with a little shimmy shake.
But you can see the way that you see it right there. Kind of moving the left, moving the right, moving the left, and he comes set doing that too. I'm surprised how much leeway they give him before it is a balk.
Swing and a miss. Whitman gets Ross fishing on a good breaking ball for out number 1. Third strikeout so far by Whitman out of the bullpen.
Yeah, that's a great pitch. That breaking ball low and away, but it looks like it's coming over the strike zone, and then at the last second, it will dip over to your right. You really can't do that much with it.
Drew Earhart will now step in, 1 for 2 tonight with a 2-run home run to left field. Earhart, his 2nd home run of the series. First pitch to Drew is a breaking ball at 84, just below the knee for a ball.
Good eye by Earhart there. Earhart had, he's got the home run. He also had another loud contact to center field. He's been seeing the ball really well today.
The 1-0. Called strike. Count evens up at 1-1. One the count. Whitman winds up. Here comes the pitch. Hard ground ball to third. Coming in is Ignafo. Nice play on the bounce and a strong throw across the diamond in time as 5-3. Down goes Earhart. And Ryan Ignafo, both ways, defensively and at the plate, has been a bright spot for the Cotuit Kettleers.
That's a play right there that's not made without one of the stronger arms on Cape Cod. The guy's coming across the diamond, and you see, despite being new to this roster, the confidence that he's got on the infield, he fires it across the way. Really strong throw from Ignafo, and that's going to come in handy for Cotuit at the hot corner.
So now Poncho Ruiz stands in with the first 2 of the inning retired. Poncho swings through a breaking ball, 0-1.
I think, and you know, I'm thankful these series only go 3 games because I'm sure I'm sure the Harbor Hawks don't want to see any more Ryan Ignafo after today.
Yeah, he has torched him. 0-1 to Poncho. Fastball outside, count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now, Ignafo is a guy that, if he chooses to come back to Cape Cod next year, certainly has earned his spot in this league and has been lights out.
Ruiz at the plate has started all 3 games of this series. The 1-1 to Poncho. Popped up. Infield. Running in is the pitcher, Whitman, but he's called off by Ignafo, the third baseman. He makes the catch to end the inning. 1-2-3. The Hawks go down in order. In the top of the 5th inning, we head to the bottom half with the Hawks leading 8-2 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
My family earns respect.
My family clears bases.
My family breaks records.
My family wins MVPs.
My family gives everything.
My family makes history.
My family wins championships.
There's no family.
There's no family.
There's no family. There's no family like my family. Join the fam.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
Couple of changes to report to you for the bottom of the 5th inning. Austin Nakuda, Zach Berman, Drake Toll still in the booth. No change here.
No,
but on the field,
still us.
New pitcher Jordy Allard, and he's throwing to a new catcher. I don't know if Corona will stay in the game or is just taking the warm-up tosses, but
they're going to leave Corona in
full
here.
gear. He's staying.
Yeah.
Well, Poncho did make the last out of the last inning, so we'll see.
That is true.
Allard takes his warm-up tosses as the right-hander who won the Northeast Player of the Year for the Cape Cod Baseball League, given to a man who is from the Northeast, plays in the Northeast, and that'd be Jordy Allard, who goes to
Northeastern. It's a New England player of the
Very
year.
nice.
New England player of the
Woodstock,
year.
Vermont. You say it, that guy is lights out. So tell me if this is good. I haven't watched a lot of baseball. I'm more of a football, basketball guy. 4-0 record, .49 ERA, 12 appearances, 18 1/3 of 6 hit, 1 earned run work.
I'd say it's pretty good.
Okay, that'll do.
Allard joined the team a bit late.
Okay, what is tomorrow's Sunday? You know, Allard has his first class at Northeastern at 8 a.m. on Monday.
Well, Allard,
it's not a bad drive.
It's been reported that he may be done after today with the Harbor Hawks. Have to head to Northeastern to get to class.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Jordy.
He goes 8 to 12, back at 1 to 5 is his class schedule.
Okay, just in time.
Brutal.
We'll get him on a Cape Air flight from Boston to here, and maybe he can make it for the back half of the game.
Just about working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living.
Yeah. So except not getting paid for it.
A little Dolly Parton.
So Corona will stay in the game defensively, and Pearson gets a pitch from Allard, skies it at right field. Sirota makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 up, and 1 down here to start the bottom of the 5th.
That's a good piece of hitting there from Josh Pearson, but you see it again. The wind has died down here, and really nothing is carrying for either team the last couple of innings or so. So that's a ball that maybe gets over Sirota's head in the first inning, but here, pretty up easy, can of corn out for Mike.
So now that brings it back to the Cotuit top of the order, and Tommy Troy will stand in. First pitch from Jordy Allard to Troy, misses low. And Allard's been known to favor throwing a changeup and a splitter.
Yeah.
They look nearly identical, except the splitter maybe 3 miles an hour faster than the changeup. Here comes the 1-0. That's the fastball at 88 that misses below the zone. And not looking to give Tommy Troy anything he can hit because all this man does is punish the baseball.
Yeah. But at the same time, you can't exactly pitch around him when you have Ignafo, Trice, Loma Vita right behind him.
Yeah.
This top 4 for this Cotuit lineup, just deadly.
Jordy Allard.
Here, the Harbor Hawk fans getting behind him there.
with the 2-0, and it's a called strike at 79. Likely the changeup, but tough to tell with Allard's arm angle exactly which of his 4 pitches he's firing in there.
Yeah. Allard, too, at 5'9", 185.
Hard hit line drive base hit. Allard brought home a 76-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch that Troy punished to left field. So Cotuit's leadoff man has now reached base all 3 times he's come to the plate tonight.
Yeah, that guy's been really solid. Tommy Troy, throughout not just this series, but obviously this season, one of the best players we've seen on Cape Cod. And talking about Allard at 5'9", 185, he is not this big figure that comes out of the mound and just exudes intimidation, but instead goes out, works a lot of off speeds in really good locations with a great pitch mix, and that's what makes him so good.
First pitch by Allard, a called strike to Ryan Ignafo. Ignafo 0 for 1 tonight with a flyout. He did reach base on a walk. He stole second in a double steal that caught Tommy Troy trying to steal third. The 0-1, cut on and missed. There's the changeup / splitter again.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about that. That ball looks like it's a meatball right over the heart of the plate.
Right.
And then just drops.
Allard comes set. Troy off of first. He'll pick off, and Troy will be back in safely, diving head first.
Troy's got great speed over at first base, and the leadoff hitter, too, so got to watch.
You see
Let's
so
see if he
many.
can get strike 3 here.
The 0-2. Fouled off. Nice pitch by Allard, and Ignafo just got a piece of it as Troy retreats to first base. And Troy, one of many 5-tool players you see in the Cape Cod Baseball League. We've seen the power on display. We've seen the speed, and he certainly can do it with the glove as well.
0-2 here. You go back to the off speed?
Oh, yeah.
See if he can get Ignafo fishing. Corona gives a sign, sets up. Allard picks off to first again as the throw over is not in time.
How much of a pickoff move like that is to try to get Ignafo out of a rhythm?
I would say that's part of it. Change up your timing and I think also not allow Tommy Troy to get a count on you. Like how many seconds you come set for and before you go home. The 0-2, high fastball. Corona's back pick to first is not in time. It just gets away from Shonwell, but not far enough for Troy to advance. So he goes back to first, and the count moves to 1-2.
That's Nolan playing a little bit of catcher right there. That throw is just a bit off, so he kind of had to block it up with the body, able to keep it in front of him, and that behooves you. Still ahead in the count, 1-2.
Allard with the 1-2. That ball is punished to left field. Ryan Ignafo sends it deep, and Ross makes a leaping catch! Ross may have just robbed a home run. Back to first goes Tommy Troy. Jordy Allard's going to give a point to his left fielder, who just made a sensational, spectacular catch.
Drew Earhart's calling time. They're all calling time to point out there. Jackson Ross, you can see Ross is giving it a second. He's gonna squat down for a bit, catch his breath. That guy ranged so far back, jumps up at the wall, snags that out of the air. That is the best defensive play I think we've seen from a Harbor Hawk.
That's over the wall. He took away a home
run. Close to it. He ended up running into the fence at the end. It would have been either an extra base hit at the least.
It was a laser beam, too. That ball was getting out quick. How did he get to the wall that fast? Welcome to Cape Cod, by the way.
So that is a major second out. The energy back in the first base dugout. As still on first is Tommy Troy with now Carter Trice to the plate. He has a 2-run home run tonight.
Please, nothing more to Ignafo in the strike zone.
Ignafo has been, on fire. Even that out. That one misses 1-1 the count. Ignafo today has 2 F7s. Jackson Ross has made 2 leaping plays, one of them into the wall.
Both Ignafo.
Both off Ignafo. So he gets nothing next time around.
Impeccable play.
The 1-1. And that one is lined to left field, a base hit for Carter Trice. That pushes Troy to second, and he puts Kettleers on first and second with 2 down.
Yeah, so now you got a couple more on for Allard, and you got to work your way out of that with a runner in scoring position for the first time on Allard's day, and you got to deal with Caleb Lomavita. Again, 1 through 4 of this lineup for Cotuit is
relentless.
There are 0 breaks in these guys, so it takes that kind of defense from Jackson Ross to be able to sit down this part of the order for Cotuit. You've already seen them hurt you with Ignafo's for making Trice's 2-run blast earlier. Here you get Lomavita with a couple of guys on and another batter you've got to try to work around.
So now with Caleb Lomavita at the plate, runners on first and second. Jordy Allard, one of the top weapons out of the Harbor Hawk arm barn, has himself in some trouble. There are 2 down, as we mentioned, so a force at first, second, or third gets Allard out of the inning. First pitch to Lomavida's outside, 1-0.
89 with a fastball there from Allard. You see a lot of the better relievers in this league. That's where they come from. Topping out around the 89, 90, 91. Schulke's another one of those guys who's got a pretty low fastball.
As that one by Lomavita skied to left, Ross moves over, makes a catch on the run. Jackson Ross puts on a defensive clinic and helps Jordy Allard work a clean fifth. 8-2 your score, 6th inning on the way when we return.
What are you looking forward to?
Adding a takeout window.
And more locations.
Paying off my student loans.
Juggling my 4 small businesses and staying sane.
Raising my allowance.
Finishing my painting and starting the next one.
Catching a keeper. Cashing anything.
Making the most of my retirement.
Checking my balance and hopefully having one.
Whatever you want for your family, your business, or your community, talk to us at Cape Cod 5 because we're looking forward to helping you.
This is your time to change your career, to advance your skills, to follow your dream. Curry College continuing in graduate studies. Tomorrow is coming. Be ready.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Another inning and another new pitcher for the Cotuit Kettleers. After the Harbor Hawks chased their starter, Daniel Brooks, out of the game after just 2/3, they're forced to reach deeper and deeper into their arm barn as it's the right-hander number 46, Ty Johnson, who steps in at 6'6" from Ball State. He has a 4.99 ERA through 21 2/3 innings pitched on the young season.
Hey, we've seen this guy before.
Yeah, he's the big Johnson, biggest one on the team. Yep.
Well,
and
now with Tyler gone, yeah, he is the biggest
6'6", biggest Johnson on the team. There's like, what, 4 Johnsons on Cotuit this season? They're down to
from
2.
Indianapolis, Indiana. Through those 21 2/3, has allowed 15 hits and 15 walks. His whip's a little high, but the strikeouts have been good at 19.
Well, is another guy that I don't think Cotuit wanted to use out of the bullpen. If the day goes ideally for you, you go straight to probably Bruno and then finish off with Schulke if there's a close game. But the Harbor Hawks have forced bullpen after bullpen after bullpen call, and you see another one right here working in Hyannis' favor. For Cotuit, they're doing you throw everybody. Tomorrow is not in your mind right now. You just are trying to get to tomorrow. If you have no pitchers for then, okay, that's fine. You just got to do whatever possible to win today's game, and you're seeing it with the amount of arms we've seen out of the bullpen.
So the right-hander, Ty Johnson, will have to face 2 lefties to start it off. First, it's Dom Patelli. Then it will be Nolan Shonowell, followed by the right-handed hitter, Mike Sirota. 7-8-9 due up for the Hawks. First pitch away from Johnson's a called strike to Patelli, that is.
Well, you look at Johnson's numbers, both at Ball State and Cotuit, and his one knock against him is the long ball. He gave up 11 home runs this spring for Ball State.
The 0-1 to Patelli is spiked in the dirt. Will get passed to the backstop, and the count evens up.
Yeah, Johnson's 88-92 with the fastball. As high as 96 on the right side. Guy is going to go against lefties. Mostly fastballs, and then 32% of the time he's going to toss you a changeup. So fastball, changeup, another one of those guys the Harbor Hawks are seeing today.
The 1-1 from Ty Johnson misses high and out, 2-1 the count. Dom Patelli has walked in both plate appearances today, so he's yet to record a at-bat.
Yeah.
The 2-1. Misses high and out, ball 3.
I got to tell you, this Cotuit lineup is so good. It's 8-2 in the 6th inning, and I am still really nervous as if it was a one-run game. Man, these guys are just relentless.
3-1 the count to the Miami shortstop. Here's the pitch, and Patelli grounds it foul just towards the Harbor Hawk dugout.
And you got to know Ty Johnson's tired. 7-3 in the spring. The guy had a 5.47 ERA in 75 innings at Ball State.
Yeah.
Just a haul of a spring. 76 strikeouts, so not a huge strikeout guy, but 25 walks. So a walk every 3 innings, certainly not bad.
That misses for ball 4. It's another walk for Dom Patelli, who has done a lot of that today. 3 plate appearances, 3 walks.
And Christian Moore is sitting there somewhere going, hey, I once did that. And Patelli now 1 away from our second golden toupee of the season.
Is that, yeah, that's what we call it, right?
Golden
4 walks.
toupee, that's
Golden
right.
toupee.
It was
Christian
former
Moore.
Harbor Hawk Christian Moore, who's probably watching from home. Christian, if you are, hey, hope you're doing well.
So leadoff man's aboard for Nolan Shonowell, and he's had quite the game if you're just tuning in. You missed the...
Dangerous pickoff there, by the way.
Yeah, back
really
in,
good move.
Back in is Patelli sliding in as he's been picked off at first once. But Shonowell today 1 for 2 with a 3-run home run. So not a bad start.
Austin, is that an Osprey that's come over Lowell Park here?
That might be.
The Osprey have traveled too.
I think the Osprey is at Lowell Park.
Pickoff move again. Patelli's back in safely. As I mentioned, they did get him leading off of first to end the top of the 3rd inning. Patelli will be certainly a little more careful with his lead here.
Right.
Ty Johnson with the first pitch awaiting to Shonowell, but it won't happen yet, as that is another pickoff move to first base, and Patelli's back in sliding head first once again.
Wouldn't you know, Zach, I'm no agronomist, but the Harbor Hawks have found their way to Lowell Park here at Cotuit. You think that's Ozzy?
I have to look
Austin
up
looks a lot like him. He's got
How
that
do you spell
same
agronomist?
He's got that same diamond white patch on the bottom of the chest.
Oh boy.
And here comes the first pitch to Shonowell. It's finally away, and Johnson brings home a 94-mile-per-hour fastball, but it was nearly sailed to the backstop.
Yeah. Drake, I got some bad news for you. Agronomists have nothing to do with birds. That's a soil management and crop production.
No. Zach, I had no idea.
Here comes the 1-0 pitch.
Oh, wow.
No, it doesn't, as it's another pickoff move to first.
Well,
Patelli's back in for the 5th time.
Zach, I know an agronomist because Waco, Texas has a infestation of bamboo all around the city due to soil erosion, so a bit of an agronomist myself in that regard.
That misses again, and 2-0 the count now to Nolan Shonowell.
And there goes the Bob Carpenter scorebook.
What is a bird guy?
Where'd
An
it go?
arborist?
Went all the way down to the end of the line.
Wynn picking up as another pickoff moves over to first, and once again, Dom Patelli is back in safely. That uniform will need plenty of attention after tonight.
Huh.
He is just...
Why do they keep doing that?
Trying to throw Shonowell off his rhythm.
2-0 to Shonowell is a called strike. You may be right, Zach. We discussed that in the other half of the inning.
Yeah.
But making the batter wait, not let him get comfortable at the plate, and by picking off to first, you may be doing that a little inadvertently.
Right.
Johnson comes set. As the 2-1 is on its way home, Shonowell grounds it foul. The count evens up. Great crowd still remaining here at Lowell Park as fans pack both bleachers as well as the sides of the field and bring their lawn chairs to surround the entire field. And one of the best crowds we've seen this season, both teams, and the Battle of Barnstable today. Long pause from the 6'6" right-hander, and he'll throw over to first, and Patelli's back in safely.
Look at the box score. Cotuit only has 1 less hit than Hyannis. The Hawks only have 6 hits tonight.
The Hawks have done a good job of not straining guys on base, something that was their kryptonite at the end of the regular season.
The 2-2 to Shonowell. He rips it to right field. It's hanging up, and it will drop for a base hit. Patelli will only, he is going to go to third. He stopped at second and then sprints for third. So Dom Patelli goes first to third, and the Hawks have runners at the corners with still nobody out.
Pearson did not field that ball cleanly. Patelli, if Pearson fields that ball cleanly, Patelli's not going to even think about going. But Pearson had a little bit of a bobble, and Dom said, you know what, I'm going to go.
That's Patelli also was not ready for a couple pickoff moves to second base, so decided to nullify that, go over to third. So you get the corners. Mike Sirota, Riku Nishida both due up with nobody out here in the 6th. Opportunity to add a couple more, and you don't want to squander that. Just keep going. Lay it on here because these Cotuit bats at any point in time in this game could make a comeback.
Mike Sirota stands in, looking to snap a bit of a skid as he takes a called strike. Sirota 0 for 7 so far in the playoffs, but finished the year as one of the Hawks' top offensive hitters.
That's
as
right.
He finished at .339 with a .974 OPS.
Yeah. 442 OBP to help that.
The 0-1 to Mike. Called strike, 0-2 as the Northeastern product is quickly behind in the count.
This is where you used to see Eric Beatty bunt here, too. With a guy who's in a slump, you see him bunt to get some confidence back, see a squeeze. But with Riku Nishida right behind Mike Sirota and nobody down, not going to see it here.
Johnson comes set, runners on the corners. The 0-2 is a slider outside.
How about your two guys on the base paths right now? Patelli and Shawano combined have reached base 5 out of 6 times tonight.
And when your 7 and 8 hitters are producing like that, it certainly helps your team push runs across.
And it helps that one of those 5 out of 6 is a 3-run homer.
Johnson comes set. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Johnson blows the 93-mile-per-hour fastball by Mike Sirota, and that's a big out number 1 for the Kettleers.
So now you get Riku Nishida with runners on the corners. See how Cotuit plays this defensively and see how Riku plays it at the plate. You've got a great opportunity for a squeeze play here. Don Patelli with great speed over at third base as well. You can expand this lead to 7 via the bunt. Do they go to it?
Maybe you think
I think so.
Maybe you think about trying to get Shawano to not necessarily run, but get in Johnson's head.
Yeah.
We'll see what Riku does. The Cotuit infield is all in on the grass except for the first baseman who's holding him on. Riku does drop a bunt. It's a good one to third. Patelli's going to score. The throw to first is in time to get Nishida. Shawano's going to third. Nobody covered third base. On a bunt by Riku Nishida, a run scores, and Nolan Shawano goes first to third.
Shawano doesn't even have to slide in. He goes in standing. You can see he jogged. The guy actually stopped in the middle of the base pass. He actually recited a verse from a Walt Whitman poem and then took the rest of his time to go over to third base with his chest out, just walking over there. Nobody's guarding it. So now Shawano's 90 feet away with Mitch Jebb at the dish.
So now the Hawks take the lead up to 9-2. After another run comes home. 9 runs on 7 hits, no errors for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks tonight. 2 runs, 5 hits, no mistakes for the Kettleers. It's been a clean defensive game. 2 down here on the top of the 6th for Mitch Jebb. First pitch away, called strike by Ty Johnson. Or from Ty Johnson, called strike by the home plate umpire, that is.
Yeah.
John Caraco behind the dish tonight.
Yeah, great job from John, too. This entire umpiring crew today has been really solid. Like we've gotten out of these guys, and you need that for such a pivotal game in the playoffs.
The 0-1 to Jebb. Inside, did he didn't go around.
No.
I thought it was worth checking because Jebb, as he attempted to dodge that ball at the feet, the bat may have left the shoulder a bit, but
this game is
1-1.
This game is 10-2 if anybody other than Caleb Lomavita is behind the plate there.
He is, yeah, he saved the run who's 90 feet away in Shawano, and I think there's been a couple of times today where he's saved runs as well, not just here.
Right.
Lomavita's been a stud behind the plate. 1-1 the count to Mitch Jebb with 2 away. Johnson comes set, here's the pitch. High fastball outside, 2-1. Mitch Jebb having himself another productive ball game, 2 for 3 with a run scored as well. Now has 4 hits in these playoffs. Game 3 here between these two teams. Win or go home. Johnson steps off as Lomavita signals to him, we got to run through the signs again. Little smile out of Mitch Jebb as Lomavita says something to his former teammate. 2-1, 2 down. Shawano on third. 1 run already home in the inning thanks to Riku Nishida's bunt. The 2-1. High and outside as the breaking ball slipped out of the hand a bit too soon.
Yeah, if I am Ty Johnson, if I am the Cotuit Kettleers, you don't want to put Cole McConnell in another spot to do damage here. You got no choice but to pitch to Mitch Jebb and try and get something out of it.
Johnson comes set. The 3-1. Another breaking ball. It also misses. Mitch Jebb will draw himself a walk as that puts runners once again on the corners here with 2 down.
Mitch Jebb had an uncharacteristically quieter first 2 games of these playoffs. This is what we're used to seeing out of Mitch Jebb. He's reached base 3 out of 4 times today.
Yeah. So now you get McConnell. Mitch Jebb on first, Nolan Shawano on third. You don't want to stop now. Keep adding on where you can. You don't want to strand guys either.
So Cole McConnell at the plate with runners on the corners, 2 down. His team up 9-2. Johnson, first pitch to McConnell, misses low for ball 1.
With some control issues from Johnson here, do you see Jebb go over the course of the next couple of pitches. Try to put 2 guys in scoring position, and then a single from McConnell scores your 10th run of the game.
I don't think it's a bad idea. I think
11th run
you
of the
take into account that Johnson's a little slower to get to home because of the 6'6" frame. He's got a long step.
Yeah, hasn't checked Jeb off yet.
He will now, and it's not going to do much as Jeb's back in safely.
Well, you really have to be careful with McConnell now. He's already hit one a mile today, and the way Johnson's control is, if I'm McConnell, I make him throw you something right down the heart of the plate.
Yeah.
Another pickoff move. Mitch Jeb's back in standing on this go-around, but you also have to consider, with thinking about swiping second base, that you have one of the best catchers in the league behind the plate for the Cotuit Kettleers.
Right.
With Caleb Lomavita, he did throw out Riku Nishida yesterday, and Mitch Jeb nearly as fast as Nishida, the 1-0.
Wow.
High and out, 2-0. So I don't know if you go here. You don't want to take the bat out of McConnell's hands.
If it's down the middle, green light all the way
hitter's
through.
count, yeah, 2-0. McConnell, a guy who doesn't swing early in counts, but if he gets a fastball that he can turn on, see what he can do. Johnson comes set. The 2-0 on its way. Called strike.
Also gotten confirmation that an arborist is for trees. Thank you, Scoop. And a bird guy is an ornithologist.
Okay.
So, Harry and Ozzy, great to see you here. Happy that the Harbor Hawks made their way to Lowell. Says the orthonomist. Agronomist.
2-1 to McConnell. Misses low. 3-1 now the count to Cole McConnell.
It's funny.
Oh, boy.
I had braces when I was in middle school. I saw the orthonomist every single week.
Same guy that prescribed me my glasses, chiropractor.
yeah. Talks to you about your feelings.
Yeah,
you
right
know.
up in Hingham.
Tell him your deepest, darkest secrets.
Pickoff move to first, and it gets away. Johnson's pickoff move will bring home Shanuel. Jeb goes up to second, and a botched pickoff attempt brings home the 10th run of the game for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, Sunday morning, woke up fighting mad, and that's what you're seeing right here. It's just
I was going to say it.
The Harbor Hawks got out early, and it's been all Hyannis to this point at Lowell Park. And Game 3, win or go home, it takes everything. And what you get is, for the opposing team, the inklings of going home. I mean, these guys understand, both these teams understand when you lose, your gift that you do get is the fact you get to go see your mom and dad for the first time in a long time, sleep in your own bed for the first time in maybe a year for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, a lot of them came right from school to the game.
Yep.
The 3-1. Ball 4. McConnell will now take first base on the walk.
No action in the bullpen. They don't have anybody.
Yeah, the Cotuit Kettleers had played basically for 10 days or so straight. They had a game scheduled for Monday against the Borden Braves this past Monday. It got rained out, but the teams had already showed up to the field, so a lot of pitchers had gone through their progressions, their bullpens, and then that game gets pushed to Wednesday. So now Cotuit, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and now today, their arms are spent. So now Johnson's going to be asked to work himself out of trouble. A couple of runs home in the inning for Hyannis. Jackson Ross, the defensive superstar apparently, comes to the plate. Lomavita saves another ball from going to the backstop. Jackson Ross tonight, guys.
Yeah.
While the bat hasn't flashed as it has in previous games, the glove has been Sports Center caliber.
This guy has made 2 plays tonight that were, did you see that worthy? And now you have a Ross, McConnell, Sirota outfield. It's pretty good.
Jackson Ross to left center field. It's going to get down for extra bases. Jeb's going to score. Cole McConnell's on his horse. He's coming around from first. Jackson Ross pulls into second with a 2 RBI double.
Keep piling it on.
Holy Hawks! Oh my goodness! You like that? Hyannis has exploded in this game. You talk about timely hitting, not straining guys on base, doing everything you can offensively. It has all clicked together today. 12 runs on only 8 hits, too. That is taking advantage of every opportunity Cotuit gives you, from errors to bad throws to wild pitches and walks. Hyannis has just done everything right today.
So with 2 down, that brings up Drew Earhart as the inning extends further. Called strike 0-1. And for Ty Johnson, it started with a walk, then it was a single. He bears down to strike out Mike Sirota. Then Riku Nishida drops a beautiful bunt to bring home a run for the second out, followed by 2 more walks and a double by Jackson Ross. Next thing you know, 4 runs are home in the inning.
Yeah, Zach, I got bad news for you.
What?
You might have to sleep on that pull-out couch a couple extra nights.
Oh, I'd be perfectly happy to do so if the score holds.
Would your agronomist be okay with your back
Might
during that?
Might have to see him tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Go get it.
Sunday trip to Hingham.
L9 out of place?
Called strike.
Is that a back thing, an L9?
1 and 2. Yes, that's one of the vertebrae.
Is it really?
I mean, I know.
Well, hello.
I mean, yeah, the bridge traffic going off might stink, but I know I'm not going to be competing with
Speaking
anybody.
of bridge
going
traffic,
back
just got a
up.
text. So that ball that Cole McConnell hit earlier just landed. You're exactly right. Hit the bridge.
1-2 to Earhart as he goes around in strike 3. Down goes Drew Earhart, but the Hawks send 8 batters to the plate. 4 cross the plate, and it's 12-2. Everything's coming up blue here in Cotuit.
With Hood Milk, you can trust your family is getting high-quality milk in every nutritious and delicious drop. It begins here on farms that Hood selects, with farmers who uphold the highest standards and who pledge to never use artificial growth hormones. And you'll see that care continue right to your home with our Light Block bottle, which protects the fresh taste of your milk. At Hood, we never stop caring about our milk because you never stop caring about your family. Always good, always Hood.
Gannon's Tavern is the home of incredible wings, handcrafted cocktails, ice-cold beer, and Keno. Their innovative tavern menu features seafood, great sandwiches, steaks grilled to perfection, and stunning specialty dishes. There's no better place to watch your favorite New England pro football team than Gannon's Tavern, in their large bar or outside on their covered deck, complete with TV and sound. Gannon's Tavern, 959 Burses Way, Hyannis. Like them on Facebook and Instagram.
See you soon at Gannon's Tavern.
Well, the bottom of the 6th inning is ready to go. Austin Akuta, Zach Berman, Drake Toll in the broadcast tent from Lowell Park.
The Tim Elstrom broadcast tent.
Yes, it is.
Come on, guy.
Great setup here.
You know who's chilling right now?
The Owl. Right
I was
here.
going to say the Owl, but also YD and Brewster. They get the day off.
You know, who's not chilling? Bourne and Falmouth. They just had their first pitch over there they're in Buzzards Bay today?
Yes, they are.
Ah, so big game in that one. And if Hyannis is able to hold on, they'll get the winner of Bourne and Falmouth. Now, if Falmouth wins, Hyannis gets home field advantage in round 2. If Bourne wins, then you got to go to Buzzards Bay tomorrow. No stop. No stop. So that is if Hyannis is able to hold on.
Wait, so if we have to go, if we get Falmouth, you're saying that it would be Monday?
No.
No. So there's a game tomorrow
Yes,
either way.
for
Either team that wins.
If Hyannis holds on, yeah, right.
So Eddie Park will lead off the inning as he takes a called strike from Jordy Allard, who worked a scoreless 5th inning with some help from his defense, specifically Jackson Ross, who made a leaping catch. Now the second pitch is away, 0-2.
You know, I was at the Mash Piece Starbucks before the game, and I ran into one of the producers for Falmouth.
Yeah.
And he saw me with the Harbor Hawks hat, and he looks at me and goes, "You nervous?" And I was like, well, a little bit.
Park golfs that one to short, right at Patelli, who makes the catch on the line for out number 1.
Granted, I didn't exactly see this happening, but
Yeah. Now, today was a bit of a surprise. Again, we talked about we had no idea coming into this game what it would be like. I think I said 5-3 pregame, either team.
Yeah.
There was no, I mean, you probably, if Bet Online had it right now, Cotuit was probably your favorite coming into today, and it's just been the bats for Hyannis, especially getting going early, has led them to this point.
I mean, you saw 2 blowouts in the first 2 games.
Yeah. First pitch, a ball there to Ryan Galaney. Cotuit beat the Hawks in every aspect last night at McKeon Park, the Harbor Hawks home turf. I mean, Cotuit outscored them 9-1. They out-hit the Hawks. They made less errors. And tonight, the Hawks have been able to flip the script a bit.
Yep.
That's a called strike to Galaney. These playoffs have been so back and forth between the Kettleers and the Hawks. 9-4 win to start it off in game 1. 9-1 Cotuit, as that one's back up the middle. Base hit there for Ryan Galaney. He's been another bright spot. I feel like we say that about every Cotuit hitter because this lineup 1 through 9.
Up 10, I'm still not comfortable.
Right, I mean, this lineup is so deep, 1 through 9, that they can put up runs in bunches.
Well, that's really been the MO for Cotuit this season, leaning on the offense. You look in the regular season at their numbers defensively, they were 5th in the league in earned runs and 9th in errors. So they allowed runs, but they also scored at a really high clip, had the best batting average on Cape Cod by a large margin. So at any point in time, these guys get hot, even in this game.
Well, there's Enrique Bradfield, and he rips one to right center field that's going to be in there. McConnell cuts it off before it gets to the gap. His throw into second's not in time to get the speedy Vanderbilt outfielder. So the double by Bradfield puts Kettleers on 2nd and 3rd. And all of a sudden, a little spark of optimism from that dugout.
You got to keep Jordy Allard out there for a while. You got a 10-run cushion right here, and knowing that if you win this game, you got 3, however many more games in a row the next few days, you're going to try to keep that bullpen as intact as possible. So it's Allard's game, at least till this one gets, reasonably tight.
Trotter Harlan back at the plate. He's grounded into a double play as he grounds that one foul, and he's also
Mike Roberts.
popped up to first base. 0 for 2 tonight for Trotter.
This is going to be an underrated play in so far what has been a fantastic 5.5 innings. Bradfield's got so much speed. Cole McConnell cutting that ball off and not letting it get any further, you likely have a run in, a runner third.
Yeah.
That one misses. 1-1 now the count. Wind ripping through Lowell Park. Seen a few home runs already tonight. Jordy Allard comes set. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. There's the off-speed pitch. Gets Harlan over the top, and Allard's ahead 1-2. Even if Allard lets a couple of these runs across, it's his game to work with a 12-2 lead. The Hawks just need as much from their guy from Northeastern as they can get.
Yeah.
It's been tough to hit all season long. The 1-2. Harlan, line drive, right at Nishida. It gets over his glove. Riku Nishida nearly climbed the ladder. 1 run will score. Here comes Bradfield. It's a 2 RBI double from Trotter Harlan, or 2 RBI single from Trotter Harlan, that is, as he stops at first, and it pulls Cotuit a little closer. It's 12-4.
Well, that was almost the best play we've seen all year.
Yeah. Riku had a glove on that one, but that ball just hit the edge of the web, bounces off into right field. Surprised it was only a single because it slowed so much getting to Sirota. So now you got a runner on first. You ever calm everybody down. Still an 8-run gap right now. You got to work with that. Keep your confidence in that.
So now Jordy Allard still back on the mound. Josh Pearson, the right fielder, who has some pop in his bat, stands in. He's got a pair of flyouts both to right field. First pitch by Allard, a called strike.
A good pitch to respond there from Jordy Allard, going 78 with the breaking ball. And that's what's been his bread and butter so often today. And over the course of this season is the breaking ball. So why veer away from it here against a Cotuit team that hits the fastball so well?
Allard comes set, 0-1 the count. Pickoff move to first. Back in standing once again is Trotter Harlan.
Cotuit's not going to go away. So you really, it really does say something about the job that this team has done putting together such a formidable lineup where you're up 8.
Yeah.
Fouled off, 0-2.
You still can't get too cozy.
Yeah, Cotuit is capable of late rally. They're a team with top to bottom, 1 through 9 talent throughout the order. And with Mike Roberts coaching this group, they've certainly had a great year from the start. And you have to give credit to Mike Roberts because this team has the most transactions out of any team. They had the most guys in and out, and Roberts, through all of it, has managed to keep his team in the top 2 seeds in the West. Misses high and out, 1-2.
I mean, you mentioned, Zach, June 8, 1989, Pittsburgh Pirates and Philadelphia Phillies. Austin, what happened that day?
I couldn't tell you.
10-run lead in that game with the Pirates that the Phillies came back on, so nothing's ever safe.
Of course it was the Pirates.
Yeah. Pretty unlucky organization, huh?
The 1-2, pops foul. Gonna go out of play.
Oh, a fan almost caught it. And they didn't.
Yeah, too bad.
Yeah.
Runner off at first is Trotter Harlan after his 2-run single. Josh Pearson at the plate looking to do damage here with 2 strikes. Allard comes set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball just misses the zone. Corona tried to stick the mid on the outside corner, but just a bit outside.
Yeah, pretty solid frame job there by George Corona. I like the idea of the fastball outside, probably about an inch off the plate right there. We've seen it called. You don't get it there. Count even at 2-2. I'd go back to the breaking ball.
Allard comes set. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. It gets behind Corona.
First base occupied.
So first base is occupied, so Pearson can't advance. It is out number 2. Harlan does move to second, but that is a big out number 2.
No, that's a great breaking ball. One of the best we've seen from Jordy tonight. One of the best we've seen from Jordy all season.
Yeah.
Well, first base is open here. Tommy Troy's coming to the
plate.
Tommy
Troy.
No. I would rather pitch to Troy than Ignofo.
If Ignofo's 0 for 2 today, but that doesn't tell any of the story.
No. Tommy Troy, 2 singles and a hit by pitch. The most outstanding pro prospect, I believe, was the award that was issued to Tommy Troy.
I think that there's no debate.
No debate at all. He hits that one. A squibbler back to the mound, fielded by Allard, flipped to first in time. A scoreless inning. Not to happen because 2 runs do come across for Jordy Allard. So 12-4 now the score on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, you need a partner, not just an agent. For over 50 years, Gibson Sotheby's International Realty has set the standard in excellence and performance. A seasoned team that has thrived throughout all markets. Our agents live and work in your neighborhood and understand you. We are over 170 agents strong, backed by an in-house marketing team and global reach that is second to none.
From studios to penthouses, purchasing to renting, our team provides unparalleled real estate services.
This is your time to change your career, to advance your skills, to follow your dream. Curry College continuing in graduate studies. Tomorrow is coming. Be ready.
I'm defeated, feel mistreated. I'm so angry, I'm singing a song. 'Cause I'm paying so much for home internet, and that's just wrong.
I've got T-Mobile home internet. I feel happy. Great. Very happy.
Good for you.
Look how much money I'm saving right now.
Wait, really?
There's no hidden fees, no price hikes, one cord.
Bro, wow.
Internet without BS.
Top of the 7th inning from Cotuit, Massachusetts, and the Battle of Barnstable here in Game 3 of the semifinals in the West Division. Austin Nakuda, Zach Berman, Drake Toll, where the Hawks lead it 12-4.
You know, this is a spot where Hyannis fans, players, this was not guaranteed at all. You were the first team in the West for a large portion of the regular season, especially the home stretch, and in the last game of the year, you concede that to Bourne, and in your last 10 games, you really struggled to find any consistency. So you didn't know how Hyannis would open up in the playoffs here. And obviously, 2 of these 3 games, the offense has been there. And these guys have just come out and shown how strong they can be despite that losing stretch late. They've come right back, erased that in the playoffs, and really looked good.
Well, now the Cotuit Kettleers will send to the mound another new pitcher. It's Ryan Bruno, who many say is the top arm out of this Cotuit bullpen. 3 innings of work on the season, all scoreless, 3 hits, no walks or runs, and he struck out 7 batters.
It was
Pretty
our
good.
wedding day. We were getting ready, and there wasn't
A cloud in the sky? We do not talk about
Bruno, no.
Oh, there you go. Austin, what did you hear coming into the stadium today?
So I'm sitting here doing our game
This
notes,
is good.
writing down the lineup and everything, and I hear screaming from the woods that's to the left of me. And I turn, and I'm confused as to what's happening as it's getting louder and closer. And I'm like, okay, people are fired up, they're ready, big game, right? And they're singing. And there's this noise in the distance of this loud group singing something. All of a sudden, big yellow school bus
What are they
pulls
singing?
in. They're singing Wonderwall
Today
as loud as they can, and this big yellow bus happens to be the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. So they come to the field in style through the woods as loud as they can, singing Wonderwall.
Of all the songs.
All the songs.
Oasis, Wonderwall, Hyannis Harbor Hawks. That's their anthem for the postseason.
That's what they pulled up and
One ball.
went to his mouth. So Bruno goes to the mouth, and they call it a ball.
Sure.
That's an automatic ball if you go to the mouth, then directly to the ball.
Wow. All right, then. No protests from either team, and we
Haven't
play on
seen that one
1-0.
this year.
Yeah. Bruno's first pitch is not a pitch, 1-0 count.
All right, so no pitch, but it is a ball, and that's going to be George Corona for his first AB tonight. He came in for Poncho to give the San Diego State starter a little bit of a rest as that pitch misses inside.
And you've got a new catcher for Cotuit as well.
Yeah.
So 2 new guys that come into this game behind the dish. That is Cal Harris, who the Harbor Hawks saw in Game 1 of this series.
Fouled off, 2-1.
Well, if that's the last we're going to see this season of Caleb Lomavita in a Cotuit Kettleer jersey, we just have to, tip our caps.
It's like the saddest goodbye.
No. This dude, if you are watching or listening to us and you're wondering who the heck is this guy, you'll know on a big league roster in a couple of years.
He did it again.
He did it again.
Another ball. Bruno goes to the mouth, to the ball again. And if you go directly from your mouth touching your hand to the baseball, it's an automatic ball. So the umpire going to have a conversation with Bruno about it, try to help him get out of that rhythm.
Yeah, they're going to let him know that. And Bruno's making the case that he licks the hand, wipes it on the back of the pants, And so that's the discussion right here, and I think they're just going to tell him to stop licking the hand altogether.
7 foot.
It's kind of a gross way to. It's like germs.
So Bruno trying to get a grip on the baseball.
I bet Bruno's been doing that the entire season
I would
too.
say so.
What a strange.
So 3-1 now after 2 automatic balls. The 3-1 to Corona. Bruno comes back with ball 4.
That's
so
one of the stranger walks
It's a
we'll see.
5-pitch walk, but he only threw 3 pitches after 2 automatic balls due to Bruno going to the mow. Umpire having words with the Cotuit dugout as Dom Patelli comes to the plate. Leadoff walk there by Corona. Patelli now stands in. He has not registered an at-bat yet as he's 0 for 0 with 3 base on balls.
Hello, Golden Toupee. He is 1 walk away from the 0 at-bat, 4 walk game.
Corona
People are on their feet.
Off of first, Patelli shoots it out to shallow left field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. So Dom Patelli says, no thank you on the Golden Toupee. I'll just get on base with a hit.
I asked GM Nick Johnson before the game, who is going to be that guy today that, is a big catalyst for everything should the Hawks win? He mentioned 2 guys, Mitch Jebb and Dom Patelli, and Patelli now has reached base 4 out of 4 times.
Yeah. Bruno, too, is the second best reliever for Cotuit. They've thrown their 2 best relievers today, in Cam Schulke and Bruno, and through 2 batters, the Harbor Hawks have caught up pretty well, especially against a lefty who's so solid, right?
Yeah, Bruno, the best arm out of the Cotuit bullpen, brings home ball 1.
Okay. Is he better than Cam Schulke?
Yeah, the Hyannis bats against every pitcher the Kettleers have thrown, not named Harrison Cohen, have been very, very good.
Wow.
1-0 to Shawnuel, who's had a big day at the plate. Called strike, 1-1. And
See, our social media guy, Sam Watson, has moved into Peter Flaherty's chair. Let me tell you, Peter's one of those guys who has sat beside us at every game this season and is a rock star.
Awesome.
He is really the embodiment of Cotuit, and it's what makes it fun to come to Lowell Park is those fans that sit to our direct right. Caught up with him and talked last night after the game, and they're just awesome.
Inside to Shawnuel, 2-1.
That's what makes the Cape League so special. Was it yesterday? Yes, it was yesterday. Mazdak Darvari and I went to the top of the 9th inning between Orleans and YD, and I was sitting in the stands at Red Wilson, which of course I hadn't done because we had broadcasted games there, not been there, as spectators.
First and second, nobody out. The 2-1 to Shawnuel, just a bit inside. 3-1 Bruno. 93 on that fastball, just couldn't find the zone.
But I was talking to some of these fans, and I asked one, I'm like, how long have you been coming to YD games? It's like, since 1980. Some of these fan bases out on these Cape Cod Baseball League teams are just so loyal to the bone. It's amazing.
3-1. Called strike to Shawnuel. Just caught the upper part of the strike zone, and the count moves to full.
Because you have people that have spent summer after summer after summer out here and have become attached. As a kid, my grandparents had a place in Orleans. We grew up going to, at the time, Orleans Cardinals games.
Firebirds.
Now they're the Firebirds.
They are now the Firebirds. Still have the Cardinal mascot, though, that you remember as a kid. I believe we had that conversation.
He's here.
3-2. Ball 4. Shawnuel draws a walk, which will load the bases with still nobody out. And
the guy that does the Cardinal at the Firebirds games, he's here. I saw him tonight. Yeah, I saw him tonight.
Is he?
He came to watch a baseball game.
Is that you, Berman? You said you did remember seeing him when you were there? Yeah.
Well, we've discussed the Cotuit fans and those guys sit to our right. The entire Flaherty family. You think about that, it just really is Cotuit. That name resonates as you have the youngest assistant coach in league history in the dugout over there. Younger Peter Flaherty Jr. is the guy who really built this Cotuit team as well. Without those guys, this organization doesn't flow, and they have been just integral to what happens here at Cotuit and the success this team had as the second best team in the West. Started up, nine wins to start the year?
They're the winningest organization in Cape Cod Baseball League history for a reason.
Yeah. Well, and it's big credit to them. You see some of the names they've brought in this summer?
Yeah.
Cam Collier was the shortstop at one point.
Ryan Ritter.
18th in the draft. Ryan Ritter, another top 5 round pick, I believe. And you have now Enrique Bradfield Jr. in center field, projected top 10 pick next year. So the Flahertys know how to bring in talent to this organization, that's for sure. Bases loaded. The 1-1 pitch from Bruno to Sirota. A lefty Fastball, called strike 1 and 2.
On top of that, and I can't say this as a Hyannis fan, but if you put together the best roster on Cape Cod this season of every team got to draft the best guys that play for them at any point in time, Cotuit wins a championship and doesn't lose a game in the playoffs. You saw that when they didn't lose a game in their first 9. They've had such impeccable talent, but
the 1-2 outside.
The big part of that is those guys have left for Team USA or they've gotten drafted, but without a doubt, the most talent that's come through Cape Cod this summer has come through Cotuit.
Right, and I think you see that with the scouts too. They made it a point to come to Lowell Park often to see the Kettleers play because of the high level of talent that's on the field on a nightly basis here at Lowell Park, and no shortage of that still.
Nope.
Bases loaded, top of the 7th. The pitch. Ball 3.
Yeah, you got Tommy Troy over there, shortstop. You already talked about Enrique Bradfield Jr., Caleb Lomavita. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Nofo guy is going to be a problem. Sam Rudo, we haven't seen much of these playoffs. He's also been quite something special.
Cam Schulke has torn up Cape Cod. Bruno's torn up Cape Cod.
Harrison Cohen.
That dude was electric yesterday.
How about last night? I mean, Harrison Cohen last night with, I mean, I think it's fair to say it was the best starting pitching performance we've seen this season.
Yes.
Opposing starting pitching.
Yes. Sirota pops it foul. It's drifting towards the bleacher down the first base line. It will go out of play.
It'd be a fun souvenir for a kid, but I'd say Brody McCullough has the only better start we've seen than Harrison Cohen.
5 perfect innings.
5 perfect innings on opening day. The 3 best opposing starts we've seen all season. Ben Shields on Orleans, Michael Sanson on Wareham, and then Game 2 last night.
You have a far better memory than me.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Count is full to Mike Sirota as Bruno comes set. Is yet to allow a run this season in 3 innings. The 3-2. Sirota swings and misses. A good fastball there by Bruno. And that gets him a big out, number 1.
Good high fastball there, but bases loaded, 1 out with Nishida and Mitch Jebb, and at the very least, you want to get at least 1 to keep your foot on the gas.
This is scenario 2. You won't see Cotuit with the deficit here play everybody all the way in with the bases juiced, but even still, you see creeping over at third base, creeping a bit at first. This is where Nishida will make you pay by bouncing one up over your head.
Riku. Couple of walks tonight, a sac bunt that brought home a run. He's also grounded out to second. First pitch to Nishida, called strike. 0-1.
Yeah, 92 with the fastball there from Bruno. Really strong stuff.
So Cotuit will bring the corner in. It's going to be the first baseman, Ignofo, and Galaney, the third baseman, who are on the grass, looking to try to get the force at home if it comes their way. The middle infield will look to turn 2 with 1 down here. Riku's a tough guy to turn the 2 on, though. Bruno with the 0-1. Fastball high, ball 1.
Ryan Bruno out of Wellington, Florida. A whole lot of Palm Beach County represented today in this game. You got Nolan Shonowell out of
Speaking of there, Zach, so sorry you got to cancel your flight back to West Palm.
No, and my own dad, Eric Berman in Palm Beach Gardens. I know you're listening to this game right now. Dad, I love you.
Oh, that was very nice.
Very nicely done there, Zach Berman. He's saying I love you because the guy's got to cancel a flight and buy another ticket to West Palm for later this week. Yeah, I get to go back to Waco, Texas. Zach, you and I are not quite the same.
Well,
here.
then I'm going to West Palm. It would be West Palm for eventually. I got to make that long drive out to Columbia, Missouri.
Say that Columbia, Missouri is the West Palm of Missouri.
Well,
that is true.
I got a long drive back to Taunton ahead.
Not Duluth?
Nope.
What do you know about Taunton, Massachusetts, Zach?
Off I-495.
1-2, fouled off. What else do you know?
Driven through it once or twice. They have a good Starbucks.
Which Taunton Starbucks did you go to?
Yeah,
because there's only one, and it's barely in Taunton. And you have to go inside. There's no drive-thru.
No, there was no drive-thru.
So you went to that one?
Yeah, no, I was coming back from, I forget where I was coming back from.
8 minutes from my house.
You coffee lovers over here.
Yeah.
He's going to be on the bang train. Big bang guy.
The 1-2. Riku slaps it to shallow left field. It's going to drop in for a hit. Riku Nishida flicks the wrist and sends it out to left center to bring home George Corona. The Hawks go station to station and bring home run number 13.
Well, Riku dekes you. Enrique Bradfield Jr. dekes you. Tommy Troy does. You couldn't tell if somebody was going to be able to get to that baseball or how well it was going to hang up there. And in the end, it drops in front of Enrique Bradfield Jr. Riku Nishida's got a single. Corona scores, and now Mitch Jebb comes the dish. The former Cotuit Kettleer with the bases juiced here in the 7th inning.
What a day for Riku Nishida as well. 2 walks, a single, and 2 RBIs. Man.
And Cape Cod garbage is made their way to our YouTube chat today saying, let's go Hawks. So thank you, Cape Cod Garbage. Proud to support the great company.
First pitch, Jeb goes after a 93-mile-per-hour heater, but comes up with nothing but air. 0-1.
If y'all are the ones taking my trash out, sorry for all the spare protein bar wrappers that I've left in without putting in bags.
I bet they are going to take that apology to heart. They know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, wow.
Cape Cod trash. They called me that once.
That misses. 1-1 the count as Bruno brought home the breaking ball.
My first week here.
So bases
Won't
are
say
loaded.
what opposing stadium we were in, but Cape Cod trash. They looked me dead in the eyes and said it.
Would it happen to
that,
be
Austin?
Dunkin' Donuts Park?
I don't.
Yeah, it's one of those third graders.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
The
really
third
feeling
grader
antsy.
said that to you?
Yep.
One of them turned away from chanting Phil, 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 and looked at you and said, Drake told you're Cape Cod trash.
Hundo P.
Wow.
They knew who I was. Baylor fans.
It's a 1-1. Slapped foul. 1-2 the count to Jeb as the bases remain loaded with one down here in the top half of the seventh inning.
You know, we haven't seen Jeb slap at the rate he has over the course of the last couple games of this series, and his bat hasn't been as hot as it was in the regular season. So do you think he's changing the approach in that way, too? And it's worked, again, the fact that he's slapping it now. Has he changed the approach to that after going in a minor slump in Game 1?
Well, he's 2 for 3 tonight with a walk and 2 runs scored.
And he had the solo RBI yesterday as well.
All right, you know what, guys? I'm going to go home. That's enough for me. Thank you very much. Been a pleasure. Got a flight to West Palm at 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Somebody's got to use the ticket.
Yeah, West Palm, Minnesota.
The 1-2 misses.
The ticket was never
for a
purchased.
ball. Oh, it wasn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
You
so
know,
you don't have to cancel your flight to West Palm.
No. You know, slumps for Mitch Jebs look like heaters for other other hitters in this league.
Yeah. I don't know.
2-2 now the count to Mitch Jeb. Ryan Bruno has been the top arm out of the bullpen for much of the back half of the year for the Kettleers. He's had trouble with the Hawks lineup to this point. The 2-2. Jeb pops it out of play. It's drifting towards that way, and it will indeed be into the bleachers.
Oh, very nice catch by a Kettleer fan over there, and you do see a righty up in the Kettleer bullpen as well. So at this point, I think they just kind of throw whatever you got left. There's not a lot of guys who are hot to this point because of how many games that Cotuit's played in a row, including that day where they were rained out when they showed up at the ballpark.
I knew coming into Bourne that Tuesday night, I knew that rain out would be consequential for both Bourne and Cotuit. And look, regardless of how the Falmouth-Bourne game ends tonight, Bourne is running on fumes whether they'd like to admit it or not.
Bases loaded, the 2-2. Misses inside. Ball 3 to Mitch Jeb, so nowhere to put the Michigan State standout. With Dom Patelli on third, Nolan Shonowell on second, and Riku Nishida on first.
Richard Ashford, what a great day to be rooting for the Harbor Hawks from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, not Pittsburgh, Missouri.
Didn't know that was a
Richard,
place.
you didn't know.
I don't know
You've
if
never heard
there's
of
a
Pittsburgh, Missouri.
Why would I have?
Look, there's a Pittsburgh, Missouri. Quiz Bowl question, 5th grade. I got it right.
The 3-2. Jeb fouls it off again. So Mitch Jeb will not be going down without a fight here against Ryan Bruno as he's making the left-hander work.
Yeah, there is a Pittsburgh,
What
Missouri.
did I tell you?
Where-
I grew up in Arkansas,
where
which
is it?
due south of Missouri.
Okay, so it's south of Sedalia.
It's in Missouri. I tried
Okay.
to tell you. Yeah, south of Sedalia.
A little bit southwest of Lake of the
So
Ozarks.
north of Branson.
Ryan Bruno in this inning has recorded 1 out, but already thrown now 31 pitches. Here comes the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Mitch Jeb with the bases packed full. The payoff pitch. Jeb skies it to left center field. Playable for Bradfield. He'll make the catch. Tagging up from third will be Dom Patelli. He advances home to score the 14th run of the night for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks.
That's by far and away a season high, isn't it? Yeah.
Nope. No, we scored 15 in Wareham.
Oh, yeah, we did score 15 in Wareham. Oh, boy.
But close.
That was a weird game, you know. Wareham's lights weren't working, so we started an hour early. Drake, you were in health and safety protocols. I remember you sent
I had
the you had COVID. You sent us the what do you call it? That
Keys to the game.
Keys to the game. The 90-second keys to the game.
I was on vacation.
Or you sounded like someone was holding your nose the entire time.
Oh, hey, thanks, Zach. What a compliment.
First and second. That one misses outside.
Yeah, hey, Cole McConnell. Also out there, Ethan Rocker says there's a Pittsburgh, Kansas. Big, guys. What if there's a 4th Pittsburgh? Mount Rushmore
I think
of Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh State is in Pittsburgh,
Ethan
Kansas.
says he's watching from Arkansas. Wow. Also,
first and second, 2 down, pitch to Cole McConnell, misses high. 2-0 the count to Cole.
Says he can verify that I did get that Quiz Bowl question correct because he
nice.
was there.
Was he?
That is big, guys. That's
Pittsburgh,
big.
Kansas has Pittsburgh State University. What is the nickname
right.
for
They're
Pittsburgh
the Gorillas.
State? And
you can't get nothing past me, not today.
14-4.
Not at historic Lowell Park.
Couple runs home for the Hawks in the inning. McConnell, slow roller to second, picked up by Trotter Harlan. His throw to first is in time and on line to end the inning. So the Hawks do get 2 more back as they expand their lead once again to 10. Bottom of the 7th coming your way when we return after a brief break.
Best ever? Good question. Wait, why do you sound like Dr. J in your head? I've always sounded like Dr. J in my head, which means Dr. J's outside voice sounds like my inside voice? Which Coke? The doc would know. He got the world to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
When Alaska Airlines needed a partner for the complex operations of travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile. Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered, from major hubs to remote destinations, with 5G coverage ready now for the demands of today and the future. T-Mobile's network powers Alaska Airlines as they deliver next-level care for all customers. 5G ready now. That's how unconventional thinking is better for business.
Lose your job? Just have a baby. Just turn 26 and
Yes.
off your parents' health insurance.
To all of them.
Well, the Massachusetts Health Connector has you covered. When life changes mean health changes, the Health Connector makes sure you still have coverage. The Health Connector won't let you go without coverage. Reach out to learn more. Call us today at 1-877-MA-ENROLL. That's 1-877-MA-ENROLL. Or go to www.mahealthconnector.org/get-help. Get covered today. At the plate, Ryan Ignafo. 0-1 the count as Jordy Allard back on the mound. First pitch was just fouled off.
I like when Ryan Ignafo's at the plate without runners on base.
He swings at that one 0-2.
Down 10.
I think the ball...
Yeah, that also helps there, Zach.
Yeah, you can't throw the ball to Ryan Ignafo anywhere above the knee because the way he's swinging it tonight, anything over the zone, he's going to launch it.
2 long flyouts and a walk after homering in the first 2 games in this set.
He's been on fire. Allard comes set the 0-2. Swing and a miss. A nice pitch by Jordy Allard. And that's a big out number 1 to start this bottom of the 7th.
Welcome to the Jordy Allard Show, Ryan Ignafo. I know it's been a little bit late, but glad to see you finally come around.
Well, this is Allard's last day on Cape Cod, too. So they're like, guy, 10-run lead. Just go out there and do whatever you want to do for as long as you want to do it. Allard is only gone 2 1/3. Now 2 1/3. He's actually pitched 2 1/3.
So how do we name a NAC player of the game? Can we just name the whole team?
Yeah. Roll a bump, I think, today.
Is it roll a bump
Austin?
or NAC?
Roll a bump?
Roll a bump. I mean,
well, hey there to the NAC, by the way. There's your free shout.
I mean, you know.
You ever been to the NAC, Zach?
Yeah, I have. I
Zach
remember they
at
took
the NAC.
They took the team there
Can't take
once.
it back.
Early in the season. I was 10.
Not taking no slack.
That misses. 1-1 count. Carter Trice.
Did you bring your pack?
2 for 3 today with a 2-run home run.
Sorry, I was just trying to crack. Now what?
I mean, I got to wash this shirt tomorrow. They've won 2 games in this shirt. When I don't wear it, they play out of whack.
The 0-1 from Allard. Trice, that is a screaming line drive. It's going to go to the left field corner. Cut off by Jackson Ross. Trice is looking for 2. A strong throw from left field by Ross is missed on the pick by Nishida. It wouldn't have been in time anyway. Carter Trice has his 3rd hit of the night, his 2nd extra base hit.
Yeah, that guy's been really solid today. 3 for 4, and now you get a new 4-hole hitter in Calvin Harris, the dish.
Calvin Harris coming to the plate. He's a substitution for Caleb Lomavita, the starting catcher. Lomavita was subbed out for defensively in the last inning, so Harris with his first at-bat of the night due up here. Seen Harris briefly in this series in game 1. Only had 2 at-bats. He was 0 for 2. Ball 1 from Jordy Allard. 1 ball, no strikes as the right-hander from Northeastern looking to complete 3 innings of work. And a few options now, guys, for the 8th and 9th for the Hawks. Arm barn. That one's inside.
Also, let you know that Scoop has a suggestion for player of the game, and I think he's got a great point. Jackson Ross out in left field. The guy's got a couple of RBI, just 1 for 4 today. I say just. I mean, he's been pretty solid in the playoffs.
Swinging a miss. There's a splitter that gets Harris way over the top of it.
Wouldn't you know, though, only 2 players on the Hyannis roster have multi-hit games. Nolan Shonowell and Mitch Jebb. And Ross defensively really anchored Hyannis today.
Harris turns on that one, sends it to the right field corner. It's going to go foul, and the count will even up at 2-2.
Drew Earhart homered today.
He
did. That happened a while ago. That was nuts. The Earhart homer was insane.
Yeah.
Well, at the time, it was 1-0 in the top of the first, and you were wondering, how did the Hawks respond? We got 1 run. Can we put something together here? And Earhart answered that question with a 2-run shot to deep left.
If not for the Shonowell home run, it would have been 3-2 in the first inning of this ball game.
That misses low. Count moves to full.
Well, you want to talk about, your what-ifs. Without the Shonowell homer, it's 3-2. Without the catch by Jackson Ross after the single by Troy, it would have been 2 on and nobody out for Carter Trice, and he could have tied the game with that one
Harris
swing.
turns on that one, base hit to right field. Jogging over to third is Trice. He's going to now pick it up and try to score. The throw in is over to Riku Nishida. Carter Trice comes home on the RBI single by Calvin Harris.
19 combined runs, and we are not even through the 7th inning. Luckily, the Harbor Hawks have 14 of them.
So Eddie Park will now stand in. Park's 0 for 3 today. An all-star, if I'm not mistaken.
Eddie Park? Sure.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go with it. If not, that's fine. at this point in the juncture.
Called strike.
You got to think about 9-run game here. The Harbor Hawks playing tomorrow.
Barring
if the score holds.
Anything absolutely absurd.
That would have to finish tomorrow if there was a comeback.
0-1 is blocked by Corona. Nice job by the catcher from LA Tech to square that one up.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot,
Yeah, you got to deal with that thing.
No lights in sunset, 7:53.
Yeah, so you're about 50 minutes left of baseball here, probably.
50?
50.
5-0.
Yeah. I get to say about, 7:30?
You feel pretty safe with that, but
we'll see.
Ooh.
So the Hawks looking to get this one in here at Lowell Park. The 1-1. Park turns on that one. He sends it to right field. That's going to get down for a hit. Sirota charges in, and that'll hold Harris at second. Now runners on first and second after back-to-back base hits.
Yeah, that's a good defensive play from Sirota to get it in on a rope and quickly, too, to hold the runner at second base. But you see Kevin Ohm coming out to talk to Jordy Allard, who's gone at 2 1/3, has those guys on first and second, a total of 48 pitches now, 33 for strikes. So his day has been really solid after such a great regular season. And again, I think with a 9-run cushion, you still leave him out there a couple more batters. But with that hit, it is worth noting Cotuit now has more hits today than Hyannis.
Wow.
10 for the Harbor Hawks, 11 for the Kettleers. And it is a 14-5 Hyannis lead. A big part of that, Hyannis has only walked 4 Kettleers now through these 3 playoff games.
That will do
combined. Cotuit today, their walk numbers, every pitcher that has come into the game for Cotuit has walked at least 1, and they have seen 9 Harbor Hawks given free passes. That was a big issue for Cotuit in the regular season and comes back to bite them again today, even while the defense has been pretty solid for the Cats.
Yeah, Ryan Galaney will now stand in. After the mound visit from Kevin Ohm is complete with Jordy Allard, he looks to settle his right-hander in to try to finish off the 7th inning. 1 down and a pair of runners aboard, first and second. It's Harris off a second after his RBI single and Eddie Park on first. First pitch by Allard to second for 1, on to short. The double play is turned. 4-6-3. Riku to Patelli to Shonowell. And just like that, the 7th inning comes to its conclusion. 2 frames remaining. Hawks lead it by 9.
Diet Coke? Were you my mom?
You should be so lucky. Because you know what moms do? Well, I suppose we should start with the whole giving you life thing. It seems like that should be enough. No? Okay. What about her ability to send shockwaves through the neighborhood without saying a word? Or whip up a ridiculous handmade costume that you forgot to tell her about? Not to make you happy, but because she had a reputation to uphold. She invented rideshare, called it carpool, and did it for free. She didn't need those dating apps either. You copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music.
Why not?
Oh, and she can win any argument in 4 words.
Because I said so.
Everything you're trying to do, she's already done. Did it better, and she did it with a Diet Coke in her hand. So, drink what your mama gave you.
Welcome back to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Austin Akuta, alongside Zach Berman and Drake Toll, our terrific producers, Ella Gibson and Abby Stokes, as Bria Lossik's over on the sidelines. Wanted to make sure I paused. And
so, turns out an arborist is a tree surgeon. The noun arborist directly translate to tree surgeon.
There's going to be some pretty big stitches.
So if you're, yeah, I got a piney oak in the backyard, looking a little worse for wear. Got to call my tree surgeon.
Yeah.
What has to happen in life for you to be like being an arborist? That's cool and all, but if you're a self-proclaimed tree surgeon, where does that come from? Where does that start?
What quantifies you calling the tree surgeon and not the tree guy to just take the tree down?
Do they go? Right. We can save it. I promise we can save it. How do you CPR a tree? We got to call an arborist, man.
Yeah.
We got to get our. Who's your local arborist?
I couldn't tell you.
Really?
Last time I had a tree come down, we just had to take the whole thing
You didn't
down.
have a town arborist you called?
No.
What are you, a big DNR guy with trees?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Great Myrtle.
Well, new pitcher on the mound for the Cotuit Kettleers.
Hopewell.
This is Hopewell, the righty. We've seen him before. And
There's no
we've seen him.
stats on him, even though we have very clearly seen him before.
So, as you guys know, I have not done very well. I'm not a big math guy. I had ideas in mathematics at one time. We never did real math, though. We just had the idea of it. And I think I'm counting 6 pitchers today for Cotuit.
Okay, I
Let's
got
see.
the stats.
1,
He
2,
went
3, 4, 5, 6. That's correct.
1 inning pitched, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, no runs. There you go.
6 guys in 7 innings to this point.
It all started with chasing Brooks out after.
No way. The last time I saw him pitch, I was 11 years old.
9 Cotuit walks.
That's been the key tonight. The Hawks' patience at the plate.
How many times have the Harbor Hawks walked to Kettleers?
3.
That's it?
That's it.
I feel like we just had that conversation. I think I remember that one. Yeah, that's right.
So Hopewell finishing up his warm-up tosses here as the Kettleers make another call to their bullpen, sponsored by T-Mobile, who is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve, and that's why they go above and beyond for our active-duty military veterans and first responders. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more. As the warm-up pitches are concluded for Hopewell, and he'll have to contend with 4, 5, and 6 in the Harbor Hawk lineup. Jackson Ross, Drew Earhart, and George Corona.
There's another Harbor Hawk fan in the chat. Valentina is watching from Fort Worth today. Great to have you. Great to have all of had really good. How do I want to say this? A lot of listeners today, a lot of supporters today who have come on the broadcast, even without video, and just showed us what makes the Harbor Hawk Nation so great from across the entire nation.
So Jackson Ross, who has made a couple of highlight reel catches in left field and doubled in 2 runs, is back at the plate. Hopewell, first pitch called strike. 14 runs on 10 hits, no errors. 5 runs on 11 hits and 1 error for the Kettleers. Cotuit has more hits than the Harbor Hawks, but 9 less runs. When does that ever happen?
Yeah.
Ross takes a called strike, 0-2.
In Game 3 of the 2022 Cape Cod Baseball League playoffs, West Division matchup, sponsored by National Grid.
Yeah, apparently that's the answer, huh?
National Grid.
Only here.
Yeah, I've never seen this. And I've watched at least 15 baseball games.
The 0-2 to Ross. Misses down and out. After this at-bat, we're going to give you the scores from around the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Oh, that's weird. Plural?
And by that, we mean 1.
Yeah, we're going to get there. Just one other game in action tonight. It's Bourne in Falmouth in Game 3 of their series. The East is all wrapped up and finished. YD and Brewster
That should be a
moving
fun
on.
series.
Yeah. They'll be in the East Division Finals.
Neutral site game tonight.
1-2. That misses low, 2-2.
Little Buzzards Bay action for those guys. So I think we'll trot over there as soon as this one's over.
I would be happy to do so.
Okay, we got 2 for 3 now. Austin, you have to go. You know this.
Austin,
we
that's
do
back on
everything
your
as a
way
broadcast
home,
crew.
too.
We do
Majority.
everything as a
It's
broadcast
a majority, I do indeed. The 2-2. Misses outside. Count is now full to Jackson Ross.
That's also good that I wore the same. I wore the same clothes today. We sent out a PSA this morning. Wear the exact same thing that you wore for Game 1 of the series.
I was
you know who
already
didn't? Austin Dakuda.
Yeah.
You grabbed the wrong Harbor Hawk shirt.
I was already out of the
Different
house
shorts
in
too,
the
man.
same outfit.
Dude, my underwear. Oh,
Same thing.
both socks too.
Poor guy.
Didn't even wash them.
3-2 from Hopewell. And a called strike 3. He drops in a 79-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch, and it was a beauty.
Yeah, no, I went same outfit. Good pitch, by the way. Same shoes, same shorts, same shirt.
So we have confirmation from Priscilla Merritt, who is a Harbor Hawk legend, that Leah's husband, an arborist.
Really?
Leah's right there. I don't know where she went. She's maybe the most devoted Harbor Hawk fan that we've seen all season. She's at every game on the fence screaming for these guys.
And she's a tree surgeon, you said?
No. Her husband's
her
the
husband
tree
is?
surgeon.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to talk to him after the game. Want to know a little bit more about tree surgery.
I do too.
Drew
Do
Earhart.
they call them doctors or arborists given the title?
Yeah, it might be. 1-0 from Hopewell to Earhart. Breaking ball up and in.
Okay.
I think like an arborist itself, it's a pretty cool profession.
It is.
But I don't believe that arborists would want to be called tree surgeons. I feel like it's almost a slap in the face
Tree
to
doctors.
arborists. Do they have conventions?
Maybe.
I don't know. Everyone has conventions
In
now,
Taunton,
so-
Massachusetts?
Yeah,
is the
imagine.
National Arborist Convention?
No.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, we don't have many conventions. Nowhere to host them. The 2-0. Ground ball right side, it's through. They had the shift on Drew Earhart. He hit it right to the second base spot, and nobody was there to field it. So Earhart's got himself a multi-hit game.
And thankfully, the Harbor Hawks have now matched the Kettleers in hits. They've
Yeah.
just now gotten to that point today. So seeing the offense starting to come along late.
I got to say something. I got to give a lot of credit to these Cotuit fans. Nobody has left their seats in a game where I'm looking off to these bleachers. Packed.
Yeah, okay.
It is a 9-run game. You got 6 outs to score 9 runs, and this place is still pretty full.
Yeah.
George Corona at the plate.
Yeah, he is.
He's walked and scored. Only
that.
plate appearance today. First pitch. Ball 1.
If you're the Harbor Hawks, too, you want to get out of here as fast as possible. You've got to, I mean, with a game coming up tomorrow,
Likely.
it's all about getting rest. Because these guys they're now going on their own stretch of 7-8 games in a row they played. Bourne's right there as well.
The 1-0. Inside, 2-0.
Well, it'd be a night game either way. It would either be 6 o'clock at Bourne, 6 o'clock at our house.
Right, Brewster and YD both don't have lights. So the championship series, without a doubt, is going to have at least one team that has games starting at 4.
Could be earlier, depending on how late it goes. The 2-0 is a half swing, but he went around, did Corona, 2-1. Yeah, and part of it is, with us getting closer to September, you lose daylight every day.
Yeah.
So the games may have to start as early as 3:30 in championship.
Getting closer to September.
Cotuit has played playoff games at 3 o'clock.
We're also getting closer to Christmas.
Hey, we just had Christmas
August
in July.
6th.
We're
The word
drifting away
September
from
is not
that.
even in my vernacular right now.
Well, by the time you blink, you'll be back at Baylor. 2-2.
Don't say that. Why would you say that? You know what you said the other day? Hey, guys, isn't it funny that this could be the last time I ever see you in my life? Yeah, thanks a lot, guy. Now what? What are you going to do with the next couple games? I'm sorry.
No, I'm excited.
Got to bore you with our presence.
I am thrilled that we get to spend at least another couple of games together. That one's a called strike. Down goes Corona.
Oh, yeah, you really sound like it over there.
Thrilled.
I'm smiling ear to ear. I mean, what do you want from me?
Boy, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, than us winning?
Yes.
Even though your flight to Palm Beach is canceled?
It was never booked.
Oh, we have word from the Arborist Convention. Malmo, Sweden, in September.
Yep. Bob Voyage says Scoop. I think it's Bon Voyage. Scoop. Yeah.
There we go.
He has corrected himself. Bob Voyage.
Patelli at the plate.
My
First
uncle's
pitch
name,
is,
actually.
Down and out. Dom Patelli tonight is yet to be retired. He's walked 3 times. He's singled. He's also scored 3 times.
Uncle Bob out there listening.
You ever
the
seen
entire Voyage family. Great to have you as always. Go
You ever
Hawks.
see The Incredibles?
From Pittsburgh, Missouri. We watched it. I watched The Incredibles last night. Zach Berman, did you know that?
You know the French bad guy, Bomb Voyage.
He's Bomb Voyage.
Yes.
Early in the movie where he puts the boop boop. What was
Yes.
it called? The bomb. He puts the bomb on Incredible. There's a lot of really mature stuff in The Incredibles.
That is
I noticed last night.
very
I got kind of upset.
It is a very good movie.
I'm not letting my kids
Still
watch
holds-
Incredibles.
It still holds up.
He'll be 13.
Terrific. 2 down. Earhart on first. The 1-0 from Hopewell. And the dirt gets by Harris, and that's going to allow Earhart to jog to second.
Would you say that was through the
5 hole?
Well, I guess you would say it, huh? There you got it for me there. Clean it up.
Not a big hockey guy.
Thanks for the save, Zach Berman. Up top. 27 miles an hour on the throwback, by the way.
Big hockey guy.
Yeah, yeah. Also, Falmouth has taken a 2-1 lead. Yeah, I'm going to stay in the middle of that bat.
Hello.
Now what?
Oh, he didn't get to check in yet. Yeah, 2-1 Falmouth, and they're on the road at Bourne.
What were we told about road teams winning game 3s?
15
16,
10.
16 and 10?
Yeah.
Now, right?
If the Hawks score
if it
holds.
Hopefully it does. Fingers crossed.
The 2-0 home from Hopewell. Patelli turns and hits it high and deep to right field. It is back, and it is off the base of the wall. Earhart will score. Dom Patelli's in at second base, and Dom Patelli is 2 for 2 with 3 walks. He has reached base all 5 times.
Oh, man. What a day for Dom.
Save some runs for tomorrow, guys. My goodness, they have hit the ball around the yard today. Dom, you say Dom's reached all 5 times?
That is correct.
Breaking his way out of a slump, too. He took a weekend off late in the season, and after he came back from that, was just not the same. And then today, he has exploded onto the scene. Dom Patelli, have a night. You hear the bullpen out there, too. Those guys, they are up in it. Look, Magdal Cotto just had his last start on Cape Cod. Almost without a doubt. Last start was yesterday. Said, I'm not going home.
Yeah.
He will not play for the Harbor Hawks again.
But
Will
he's
not
gonna
leave.
be here.
Will not leave. Said he wants to stay for the rest of until they go to the championship, he said.
Patelli now on second after his RBI double for Nolan Shanuel, who has had quite the game today, 2 for 3, a 3-run home run, a single, and a walk. He's also scored 2 runs. I mean, the stat sheet is jammed packed with Hawks runs tonight. 15, in fact.
12th hit of the game. Cotuit's had 11. Cotuit's had 14 base runners today. That's basically what the Harbor Hawks were doing the last week of the season. Base runner after base runner, just the inability to bring them home, and now the script's reversed.
2-0 now the count to Shanuel. And I think the key to this playoffs, we talked about it previewing what's ahead in our last game of the year, and it was said, I think by you, Drake, that Nolan Shanuel would be the key to this offense.
And Beatty agreed, immediately agreed in the dugout show.
And Nolan Shanuel, he's unlocked whatever potential we talked about. He was 2 for 6 coming into tonight. A couple more hits makes him now 4 for 9 in the postseason.
That'll play.
5 RBI in 3 games.
Yeah.
And 2 home runs. So Nolan Shanuel is put it all together.
And that home run against Cam Schulke was put it in the Lavre.
Yeah.
The Lavre.
Yeah, our own Bria Losick lived 20 years on Earth thinking it was pronounced Lavre.
Instead of what?
The Louvre. Lavore. That's almost worse than Lavre.
That's a ball. So 3-0 now the count to Nolan.
Lavore. Put it in the Lavore.
Hold
she
on.
said she tweeted multiple times at things and said, put it in the Lavore. She spelled put it in the Louvre. She had thought for years it was pronounced Lavre.
Hold on, Bria. Bria, I want your own story.
Oh, jeez. Folks, please welcome in all the way from Fremont, Nebraska, Bria Losick.
I'm actually a Columbus, Nebraska native, but nice try, Drake. Thank you, though.
Way to get
Twist
that
the knife
wrong.
there, Bria. Thanks a lot. Columbus, Fremont, you know what they say.
The 3-0.
Fremont is the Columbus of eastern Nebraska.
That's what I've heard, actually.
See?
I mean,
3-1 the count. Bria, what's
all right,
going
Bria,
on?
what do you got?
There's really no story other than I was pronouncing
you
Lou
go.
wrong my
That's it.
entire life.
Oh.
And I genuinely thought it was hang it in the Lavore.
In the
so
Lavore.
I tweeted that when Riku Nishida stole home in that beautiful picture afterwards. And
You
in my
had no
head,
idea.
I'm like, this is perfect. Hang
Yeah.
it in the Lavore.
Hang in the Lavore.
Ball 4. Shanuel draws a walk.
Yeah.
You can hang that one in the Lavore.
Yeah, hey, Bria, I'm going to Paris there. I'm going to France this weekend, going to the Louvre. She's just thinking, wonder what that is.
Well, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah,
It's a
thanks for
blast.
coming. Everybody get up for Bria.
Bria Losick, thank you for
Whole ballpark went nuts right there.
joining
Nobody,
in.
10
So
of us left.
Pinch hitter here for the Hawks. It's going to be Tito Flores stepping in for Mike Sirota as runners are on first and second with 2 down.
Also, Larry Steinauer is listening from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Hey, I think there's a Steinauer on the baseball team here in Hyannis.
That sounds familiar.
Austin?
That is true.
Okay. Thanks, man. Tossing you a softball there.
Oh, we haven't seen Steinauer in a couple of days, but
Ryan Steinauer, the lefty.
Yep, Ryan the lefty on the roster.
Ypsilanti, Michigan.
He's made a couple appearances. He's been really good, too.
Ypsilanti?
That breaking ball from Steinauer.
What is that? Ypsilanti?
Ypsilanti.
Ypsilanti, okay.
First and second, 2 down here in the 8th. Tito takes a called strike.
Tito Flores, notably out of Michigan. Mitch Jebb, notably out of Michigan State. Huh?
See, when I
You
think
guys
of
see where I'm
Michigan,
going with
Michigan
this?
State, there was trouble with the snap.
Where are you going with this one there, Zach?
Michigan State.
The voice you said it in there was something.
Oh, I can't do the full Sean McDonough voice crack.
Tito out of
0-1. Tito, high and deep left field. It'll stay in the yard, and the catch is made by Eddie Park to end the inning. Loud contact by Flores ends the 8th. So Cotuit with 6 outs to work with as they trail 10 runs. We got good baseball ahead as we get down to the final minutes of this ball game on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When Alaska Airlines needed a partner for the complex operations of travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile. Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered, from major hubs to remote destinations, with 5G coverage ready now for the demands of today and the future. T-Mobile's network powers Alaska Airlines as they deliver next-level care for all customers. 5G ready now. That's how unconventional thinking is better for business.
This BB seal is a badge of honor. It's a sign that this is a business you can trust.
Hi. Oh, this is amazing.
Each year, millions of people see the BBB seal on a door or a window or a website and breathe a little easier. See the seal and know you've made the right choice. Find a business you can trust. Ask BBB.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
Welcome back to Harbor Hawk Baseball.
Yeah, welcome back
Network.
indeed.
Hang this game in the Louvre. Ryan Steinauer's on the bump, and his dad's listening from Peoria, Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Ann Arbor, Michigan.
We got Smith listening from Woodstock, Vermont, home of Jordy Allard, also home of Woodstock.
So Ryan Steinauer, the left-hander, gets ready to take the bump as he stands in at 6'3".
Yeah, big guy. Also, have you ever seen the
1-0 on the season, 3 2/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts for the lefty, and it'll be lefty-lefty to start off the inning. That comes inside. First pitch, it hits Enrique Bradfield, so a painful way to start the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, just ran a little bit too far in.
Trotter Harlan will now come to the plate after the hit-by pitch to start the inning. Steinauer, the left-hander, can work multiple innings. He's got a really good breaking ball.
Yes, he does.
In addition to a good fastball with good command. So Trotter Harlan looking to step up. He grounds that one back up the middle. Going to be a tough play for Patelli. He'll go to second for 1. The throw by Nishida is not in time, but the fact that Dom Patelli was able to get that slow roller to second was impressive.
Wow, and that gets Bradfield off the base paths.
Yep.
So how big could it be that should the Harbor Hawks hold on here and the game not get, too dicey, you could possibly save Ty Langenberg for tomorrow?
That'd be big for the Hawks.
You got Jay Driver tomorrow available. Austin Strickland's also saved for tomorrow. Let's see.
Towns.
I've got a fancy little roster sheet here. Holland Towns. Austin Amaral could probably still go in the next couple of days.
Braden Nelson.
Wes Burton's available. Again, Jay Driver. We've already talked about Jackson Emus.
And inside, and that's another hit by pitch. Steinhauer has now hit both lefties he's faced on the first pitch to each batter.
Yeah. Well, Patrick Harrington, Braden Nelson, Tommy O'Rourke, Isaiah Rhodes.
Oh, O'Rourke, another one that we
you
haven't
go up and down this list. And
do we see O'Rourke yesterday?
A ton of these guys
we
are
did
available.
not.
No, we didn't.
We saw
O'Rourke
Harrington.
started a couple days ago, though, so he probably needs a day or two of rest. Look at this guy.
Oh. Back to the top of the order, and we've praised him every single at-bat, but Tommy Troy is as good as they come.
Yeah.
Back at the dish. He's got a couple of hits tonight, also reached on a hit by pitch. And in this series, he also has 2 triples. 2 3-base hits.
Multi-Apples says good game. Great to have everybody on our chat today.
A 1-0 from Steinhauer to Troy. He's fouled back as the count evens up to
Just
the shortstop.
missed that one.
It was an 87-mile-per-hour pitch.
Down the middle, too.
Yeah. So Steinhauer here with first and second, 1 out. A double play ball could end the inning, but Troy runs well. The left-hander comes, set, checks his runner on second, now brings home the pitch. Troy lines it back up the middle, right at Nishida. Oh, he makes a fantastic play to throw to first in time. A double play to end the inning. Riku Nishida shows off the reflexes, and they spin the double play. What a turn.
A defensive clinic for the Harbor Hawks today. Clinic. Everything's clicking. Offense, defense, pitching, you name it. Hyannis has had it today. A pristine example of that. That was the smoothest thing I have seen. Put it in the Lavre.
9th inning coming your way, and the Hawks are 3 outs away from advancing in the West Division playoffs.
That chip on the shoulder, that started at a very, very young age. People's expectations are, they're cool, they're fun, but mine are bigger.
When you play in New York, they want to see winners. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday or a Friday or a Saturday. You got to come with it, or those fans will let you know.
Pick one thing from me, pick one other thing from another player, make it your own, determine to who you want to be.
What motivates me is the unknown. You know, how good can I be? You get away from the lights, you get away from the camera.
Mientras más presente yo esté en la caja de batería, más éxito tengo.
Man, how can you not keep it fun, man? This is a kid's game.
If you could go back and tell 10-year-old Francisco one thing, what would it be? You're a bad mother.
The Hawks are 3 outs away from advancing for the first time since 2015 in the West Division playoffs. Austin Nakuda, Drake Toll, Zach Berman here for the final frame. What's on your mind, Drake?
Well, first they get to hit again. Also, Tito was at the plate just a second ago, so I Googled Tito Flores just to see where he is from, because I'm not getting bored by any means whatsoever, but you want to keep content fresh. And I found a picture of Tito. Do we have it for the...
Oh, my.
There's a picture of young Tito Flores from a perfect game. I guess he'd gone to a perfect game camp. I don't know what they said to him, but this guy is mortified at something.
Look at the camera.
He is
Stare
mortified.
right into the lens.
The angle they're coming from, too, looks like 14-year-old Tito Flores. Looks like he just...
Looks like a shot from a Paranormal Activity movie.
Why is the lighting like that, Tito?
Poor Tito. He was in right field the last inning. He's been one of the best Hawks all season long. Unfortunately, perfect game set him up to fail.
As the bullpen for Cotuit comes to the dugout, and they are going to get a hearty round of applause from the Kettleer faithful that have stuck around to finish this one off.
Yeah, another new arm here for the Kettleers. It's number 43, the right-hander, by the name of, drum roll please, Matt Joyce. Oh, Matt Joyce again.
Not that Matt Joyce. Not that Matt Joyce. Different Matt Joyce.
It's not the Matt Joyce that used to roam the outfield of the major leagues, but Matt Joyce, the right-handed pitcher. And he'll have to contend with the top of the Hawks order, Riku Nishida, Mitch Jebb, and Cole McConnell.
Yeah.
But it appears there's going to be a pinch hitter for McConnell. We'll get there when we get there. That one misses in the zone for a called strike.
Joyce, a native of Braintree, Massachusetts, home of Sacco and Vanzetti.
What?
Yeah.
What's that?
Notable anarchists, notable arborists that were arrested and they were given the chair in like 1923. You never heard of that? Sacco and Vanzetti?
Nope.
When I think of anarchists and trees, I think of the guy, that went on the Feinbaum show.
Auburn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I killed that tree. Dude, that was a whole thing. No, yeah. Sacco and Vanzetti, 2 anarchists that robbed a bank, and then were they innocent or guilty? I don't know. Big deal. Whole big deal.
Riku grounds it foul. The count moves to 1-2 to the future Oregon Duck.
My favorite memories of last summer with the Fremont Moo.
Oregon? That's weird.
Oregon.
Yeah, no, Zach, tell us about the Fremont Moo.
No, my
Expedition
fellow
League.
broadcaster Nate Rower and I we had a running joke. He could do a really good impersonation of the Feinbaum caller.
Berman Bingo, by the way.
Fouled off again.
Haven't had one of those in a minute.
Yeah, we haven't, but Fremont Moo. Actually, it's a free space. It's Fremont Moo on Berman Bingo. I think between Berman's Expedition League stories and me telling tales from my old baseball playing days, I'm surprised Austin's still here.
Riku grounds that one to second. Charter Harlan's still here. He makes the play. 4-3 on the putout.
Cool segue there, guy. Yeah, you got me there.
We'll still be here tomorrow, it appears, if things hold the way they are. We'll be at either Doran Park in Bourne or Buzzards Bay, if you prefer, we'll be back home at McKeon Park.
Be accurate.
Hawks just have to.
It is 2-2 in that game as well in the bottom of the third. So.
Bourne's not going to go away quietly.
Wow.
Either is Mitch Jebb, who's at the plate. He grounds that one to first, fielded there by Ignafo. He pitches on to his pitcher, Joyce, who's covering, and that's a couple of quick outs.
I'm not opposed to quick outs with the light dwindling. Up 10.
Yeah, no. I think at this point whatever. I mean, it's not whatever, but it's the idea that 15-5, just trying to get home.
Yeah, it was a home run by Mac Horvath that tied the game.
Oh, boy. 2-2, all knotted up in Buzzards Bay.
Forest City, Iowa. John Cabral says hello. John, great to have you.
Pinch hitter here for Cole McConnell. It's the Endicott product, Caleb Spur, one of the fastest guys we've seen. He's been utilized as a pinch runner, had a couple of hits in his start earlier in the end of the regular season.
I like this guy.
Once you get deeper into the playoffs, small ball becomes a bigger and bigger factor. You get the feeling he's going to be a guy that's going to have a big role.
Swinging a miss.
In high school.
Yeah, and Spur is essentially the leader of the Endicott Gulls, the team up there. Division 3.
The Endicott what?
The Gulls.
Like seagulls.
Like goal.
No,
like soccer?
G-U-L-L-S.
What do you remember this goal? Social, por favor, goal. That one?
Nope.
Oh.
2-1 now to Spur. That team won their conference. They advanced pretty far in the playoffs.
The goals?
Can't remember how far they won. But
goal
he said
as
it's
in
a Yukon.
Seagull.
Seagull, yes. He's going to play another year at Endicott, and then he'll transfer to Yukon for his graduate. That one's hit on the ground to second. Harlan throws to first in time, so the inning comes to a conclusion as Matt Joyce with a 1-2-3 frame, and now the Hawks are officially 3 outs away from advancing in the West Division playoffs. Don't go anywhere.
Traffic is treacherous. There's a fender bender on the pike. Gonna be a wicked commute. The expressway's backed up to the gas tanks. Gridlock. Crawl. Snarl. Gamma. Bottleneck. Logjam. 128 is a parking lot. You'll be late for supper tonight.
Keeping your car road ready is what we do best. At Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there.
Hey, we get you there too.
Choosing T-Mobile is like paying for this, but getting that. And so much more. More 5G bars in more places. More savings so your family saves 20% versus the other guys. And we won't raise the price of your rate plan with our price lock guarantee. Get more with T-Mobile. More 5G coverage, more savings, and even more cool stuff.
Now we're back on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Ryan Steinhauer back on the mound. He was fired up after that bottom of the 8th in which he rolled a double play to end the inning. So now it's Ryan Ignafo, Carter Trice, and Calvin Harris due up here in the 9th inning as Cotuit is down to their final 3 outs. And there's one of them, a line drive right at Dom Patelli for out number 1.
Hey, look what he got.
If that's the last we see of Ignofo this season, I think it's safe to say that I hope none of these Harbor Hawk pitchers ever want to see him again. I mean that in the best way possible.
Ryan Ignofo
this guy's
came
a player.
on the scene in this series and destroyed the baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, he was all over it.
That's a name to know going forward.
Also,
100%.
Ryan's dad, Larry Steinauer, says hello. He's listening. Hey, Ryan's dad. Julian Smith, 3 more outs. Let's go Hawks.
Called
2 more
strikes. Steinhauer back in the zone.
I like Steinauer stuff a lot. Got
I
a
do
commanding
too.
presence. Got a big head of hair. Great
hair.
head of hair.
Great hair.
Hair.
The 0-1. Ground ball to third. Earhart bobbles it. Can he recover? No. An E5 on Drew Earhart will allow Carter Trice to reach base.
That's the first error of the game for the Harbor Hawks, something that plagued them the last 10 days of the season, and they've been spotless today until this point, and I don't think that one's going to make too much of a splash.
I hope not.
And we got a comment, too, from Ryan's dad. Ryan was just going to train this summer, but he got the call to come finish the season up here in Hyannis, so he came on up. Hadn't pitched in a live game since the beginning of May. And Ryan Steinhauer's pitching here in Game 3 of the playoffs, and he looks pretty good.
Larry said he's a little rusty. Larry, if this is rusty,
wait till he gets into a groove.
Don't call him rusty.
He's going to be a lefty weapon out of the arm bar.
Call him Ryan.
Called strike. 0-1 the count to Calvin Harris. He's got an RBI single today in his lone at-bat.
He's also got a concert tonight, so Cal's got to get on his horse. It's 8 p.m. apparently in Peoria.
Carter Trice off of first. 1 down here in the 9th. Steinhauer brings home the 0-1. Misses down and out. 1-1 the count evens up.
Okay. No, I was wrong. His next concert's next Friday, the 12th, in St. Geordie.
Oh, he's got time then.
I got time. What's that movie? What's it from? I got time.
I'm blanking.
I got time. It's Incredibles.
Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball by Steinhauer, and
75.
Harris hesitantly goes through it.
Hello, Ryan Steinhauer.
So just to go through the defense for the Hawks, it appears that Tito Flores is in right. Tough to tell from here.
Sweet.
After the substitution, and it is Spur in center, and a swing, a foul tip, and a strikeout as Corona holds on to it. Harris is down for out number 2.
Hey, Austin, I got a question for you. The last playoff series the Harbor Hawks won was 2015 against Bourne. Who did they beat to advance to those finals?
That would be
in 2015.
The Cotuit Kettleers.
That would be correct.
Their last playoff series win was against Bourne.
In the finals. In the first round, they beat
No.
Cotuit.
You can't play Bourne in the finals.
In the West Finals.
That one that gets away from Corona off towards the Cotuit dugout, so getting second base will be Trice as he advances on the wild pitch.
You're telling me the Harbor Hawks beat Bourne in the West Finals?
Yes, they did.
In 2015, yes.
Methinks that could be an option.
Well, it's still only a tie game there.
2-2.
A lot
True.
could still happen.
Dude, I'd love to go to Red Wolves. No, what's the other one? What's
Doran.
Nope, the other one.
Gov Fuller Field.
Gov Fuller. See our guy Trey and
1-0.
Logan.
Called strike. Count evens up at 1-1 to Eddie Park, who's 1 for 4 today. Steinhauer looking to get the final out here of the 9th inning. Hawks fans on their feet. 1-1 the count, 2 down, runner on second. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Park started to go around in the zone, 1-2.
Shout out to this man to my right, Austin Dakuda, worked an 8-28 season, and now, Austin, the mic is yours, 1 strike away from advancing.
Thanks, Mr. Berman. Steinhauer comes set. The 1-2 to Park. Breaking ball hit back up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Riku charges in, throw to first. Did he hold the bag? He did, and the ball game is over. The Harbor Hawks are moving on for the first time since 2015. They're heading back to the West Division Finals.
On a night, yes.
Is huge. Hyannis, Game 3. Who knows what's going to happen tonight? It is just pitch who you got and go out there, try to win it. And they do it in style. 12 hits tonight for Hyannis. They drew 9 walks, scored 15 runs. They just refused to strand guys. And in the end, they win their first playoff series since 2015 in a league where 4 teams make the playoffs from each division. This is a team that has battled so much over the last few years and found a way to get it done against their arch rivals in round 1. there's not enough you could say.
The most complete performance of the entire season tonight.
15 runs on 12 hits, 1 error as they outscore the Kettleers 15-5 at Lowell Park. Gentlemen, one thing left to do, roll a bump limited player of the game.
I could go so many ways.
So many ways.
Even though he necessarily didn't have his best stuff of the year, I'm tempted to say Jordy Allard because the last time we're going to see him.
Yeah, he was good, but I think the offense was electric tonight. Nolan Shonowell drove in 3. He might get the nod as he was the catalyst for the offense. But how about Dom Patelli, gentlemen?
Yep.
Perfect game defensively at short. He has 2 hits, walks 3 times, reaches base all 5 times he comes to the dish.
What a game. Just the whole team. What a game.
That'll wrap things up.
You got to put up with us for 2 more games.
Yes,
At least.
Yes, we do. That's a good thing. So the Hawks are moving on, and that'll wrap it up here from Lowell Park with your final score 15-5 in favor of the boys in blue. For Drake Toll and Zach Berman.
Wait a second.
Hold on a second.
There's like 20. Okay, I just counted. There's 25 Hawks, and they're spelling out a sentence in the sky. What is that?
Looks like it says it's a great day to be a Hawk. The Hawks are once again hot as they're moving on. For Drake Toll and Zach Berman, our production crew, Abby Stokes, Ella Gibson, our sideline reporter, Bria Losick, and our director of broadcasting, Harrison Myers, I'm Austin Dakuda saying thank you for listening. Go Hawks. We will see you tomorrow night.